We are back.
We are home.
We are Wimbledon.
Waller prepares to take it. Goes over to the far side. It's going to go through to at the back there, and they try to get this one clear. Knocked forward. There goes young Sassu.
Well done, Aaron.
16-year-old.
Here he goes.
Here now, Aaron Sassu with a shot, tries to get
Go
it
on,
away.
Pete.
Oh, it's a chance.
Oh,
Yes!
get in there! Get in there!
Wimbledon.
Yes!
Deserved lead. 1-0 to the Dons. And it's Paris Lock. Paris Lock with the opening goal.
The two under 16s. The two under 16s there, really good play from Aaron Sassu, and a real poacher's finish from Paris Lock. Get in there.
Well deserved from Wimbledon. Aaron Sassu with the set-up, Paris Lock with the goal, and Wimbledon have been rewarded for all their efforts here. It's Burnley with all the work to do here now. The Category 1 side trail the Young Dons by 1-0.
Nothing less than we deserve, Rob, in my opinion. I think we've been the better side, but a credit to James and Jack, the substitutions they made. They brought on two under 16s and they both combined for the goal. Absolute delighted for them, and now it's about seeing this game out professionally and making sure that we still carry a threat.
That was a proper Wimbledon performance at Plough Lane. I am Lee, I am Wimbledon, you are Wimbledon, we are Wimbledon. Come on, you Dons.
We are back.
We are home.
We are Wimbledon.
Hello there and good evening. We'll always have Paris, won't we, gentlemen? I'm joined, I'm delighted to say again, by Rob and Rob, whose dulcet tones you've already just heard there, commentating on the Dons' victory against Burnley in the last round. Good evening again, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Here we are then. So, Rob Tuvey, you'd like to come in here. What can we expect tonight? It's going to be a tougher challenge even than the Burnley game, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it will be a tougher game tonight. They're a good side, but I love the boys. What the boys have been talking about in the build-up. It's all about how we're going to hurt them rather than how they're going to hurt us.
Pierce, and these are his thoughts from the training ground. We're just going to we're just catching up with that one. Here, then our thoughts are from James Oliver Pierce from the training ground this week with Chris Lavin.
For James Oliver Pierce, it's another big FAU Cup week for the academy. Spurs coming up. How preparation?
Right, this is 6 minutes.
Yeah, they've been pretty good.
We'll do the teams out of this, and then you go up and get them.
Yeah. We had obviously a game on Saturday that allowed us to continue some of our preparations, which was great. The boys are starting to get to just with the game plan. We've got another training session today and tomorrow, just in the build up to the Tottenham game. But it's very much sort of business as usual for them. We don't try to change too much. We try to keep the messages pretty consistent. We work off of principles, not too much about what the opposition are going to do. But if this happened, what would you do? And they've been really good into that. So I've been really pleased with how they've been so far. They seem in great spirits today. But yeah, we just need to keep that going ahead of Wednesday.
In a way, after the great feedback from the fans after the Burnley game, did you have to sort of bring the players down to earth in a way? Because it was a great reaction, wasn't it, on social media?
Yeah, we obviously are really we can't say thank you enough of all the support that we was getting. We know a lot of people tuned in for the Burnley game, and it seemed to bring everybody's spirits really high, which was great to see. We got videos from all fans, directors, people that I haven't heard from personally in a long time. So it was great to hear, and it's great to know that everybody feels such a connection with them. Obviously, that Wednesday is another big occasion for them to keep driving that and show a Wimbledon type performance that everybody can be proud of. We can only control what we can control, but we want to make sure that the fans can recognise and appreciate the team that's out there.
Does it surprise you in a way that this club, the way the fans react to the youth section, because it seems to be more of this club than other clubs?
No, it doesn't surprise me because we've experienced it slightly in the past. We know how how proud the fans are when they see some of their own either stepping out for the first team or doing well. We know that that's something that this club really values. We know that we're a club that we're going to be reliant on producing individuals for the first team and hopefully driving the club forward. So it doesn't surprise me, but it was really quite overwhelming. The amount of messages and the amount of videos that we received was incredible. My phone didn't stop going off. I shared it all with the lads and they were just like, wow, how's so many people tuning in and how is it making such a big impact? And that's only the ones that sent messages and videos in. There was probably loads that were incredibly proud and resonated with the team. So yeah, we can't say thank you enough to them, but obviously we want to make sure we're doing them proud again on Wednesday night.
And you were behind the scenes, a big part of the big FAU Cup nights against Newcastle, Watford, Chelsea. Rob Tuvey, Robbo praised your impact behind the scenes. Does it help that you've been through some of these nights?
Massively. Whether I realise it all the time or not, I will draw back from certain memories and how Rob last season, how they dealt with the occasion. That doesn't mean that I won't have my own nerves or my own things to consider, but naturally it's about recognising the sort of conversations that were being taken place at that time. So many different experiences around Newcastle, Chelsea, and how Robbo controlled the group and the messages and the conversations he was having was something that we actually used quite heavily this time. I've lent on Robbo and Rob for the Burnley game quite heavily, and just in more of a psychological approach. They obviously, I'd like to think they trust me to deal with it technically and tactically, but I just wanted to gain an insight into why they did certain things a certain way and whether they felt the outcome was what they were looking for or not. And that seemed like it worked previously, and hopefully it does again.
Well, let's hope so. And you did say after the Burnley win, we are Wimbledon and we don't care who we play. Does that go for Spurs as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's Wimbledon's heritage. We work and we perform for a certain football club, so we need to make sure we are embodying that when we step out. And we just because we don't care who teams are doesn't mean we don't respect who they are. So we will have a large degree of respect for the opponents that we're playing against. But if we're going to step out and believe that we can't compete, then there's no point us going. We might as well just stay at home and forfeit the tie. But we don't. We believe that we can go out and perform. We believe we can compete. And with all of that focus and that desire and the quality that some of these players have, there's no reason why we can't go out and perform. So that's a message to the group. That's how the group feels. They want to go out and go toe to toe with Tottenham. So it's great that we've got that buy-in. But we do respect the quality that they're going to have, and we will try to stamp our own mark on it in our own way.
In terms of what happened in the last round, under-16s made themselves heroes on the night. Paris Lock and Aaron Sassu coming off the bench. Does that perhaps set an example that others will get their chance?
They'll get their opportunity. Ultimately, the scholars, we feel it's their time to shine. It's their opportunity. But if the under-16s are performing brilliantly and that they're earning their place, then I'll have no hesitation to put them in. And fortunately, I've worked with all of these groups now for a good few years now, so I know them quite well personally as well as from their footballing talents. So if they're performing or we feel like there needs to be a change, we'll trust them. The very, very worst, they've experienced something, they've gained some experience that they'll be able to fall back on, just like you've asked me. They'll be able to draw from these in the past, ultimately, hopefully for the betterment of the first team. So yeah, if they're performing, they'll get the opportunity.
And it's a similar group to the last round, the team news that we got all the players available.
Similar to last time, one or two that are back in the frame that were previously unavailable. That we're hopeful that they'll be fit and sharp and ready to go. But largely, no, a lot of the same boys in the squad.
Good luck on Wednesday, James.
Cheers.
That was James Oliver Pearce then, and the preparation that the team have been putting in this week. I think probably we should crack straight on and have a look at that team selection. Obviously, there's still been some players out with injury. Some have come back in or hope to be in contention and aren't. So, Rob and Rob, talk us through it.
Yeah, no, obviously we had some really sad news yesterday that young Josh Hallard picked up an injury in training and won't be available for selection. So young Remy Onabajo comes in. It's a great stage for him to sort of make his debuts as a under 16. So yeah, really pleased for him. But apart from that, we're unchanged. Obviously, Obed is someone who caused real havoc in the last round, and we're really pleased for him. And then you look at the bench, and again, you welcome back Isaac Alanian, who's a massive player for this squad and has been injured for a long time this season. So really pleased to see him amongst the substitutes.
Wearing the number 88 shirt as well. That could be rather good, couldn't it, for Isaac?
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, we were tasked with giving numbers out at the start of the year. He's wore 8 all the way through the academy. So yeah, double 8 as soon as he made his second year.
But that's great. Both he and Marcel Campbell are both involved on the bench tonight, having missed the previous round. Yeah.
Yeah, again, Marcel was another player who is a match winner on the bench, so it adds to the substitutes bench. So you've got another match winner on there, along with Paris and Aaron. So yeah, no, some real strong substitutes that can come on and change the game at some point.
I suppose we better look at the Spurs team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We've just got past the Spurs team, so apologies, we haven't managed to get it written up on screen for you. Rob, I think Rob Cornell was going to talk us through it, and Rob Tuvey's got some terrifying statistics and backgrounds on the number of internationals, and it's a pretty star-studded lineup Spurs are putting out here. So go on, Rob, talk us through it.
Yeah, I suppose first of all the main focus will be on the number 9, when it Dane Scarlett. I mean, he got 5 goals in the previous round against Newport County. Rob.
Yeah, no, Dane has played at international level for England, and obviously is prolific at under 18 level so far this season, but with young Ethan Sutcliffe at the back, I know that that's a great task for him and something that he really relished tonight.
And the Craig brothers as well, both Scottish youth international centre backs as well. That's going to be easy for us on commentary, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Again, speaking to Justin in the build-up to this, he knows this squad quite well, and the two twins at centre halves. They're a real threat as well from set plays as well, but they look to play up from the back. But there's times where they will take risks tonight, and something that we can try and do is get a high aggressive press going, and hopefully we can take advantage of that.
But they're going to be missing Paskotsky as well, who's making his international appearance against us for Estonia tonight, so that could be a big loss for them at the back.
Yeah, I think although they've got losses, I think the losses for us are just as significant, and something that we've got to make sure that we try and get right tonight. But I know that these young boys are exceptional young men, and I'm sure that they can rise to the occasion.
Right, I think the teams have come running out behind us, possibly if anything ahead of schedule. So while you two hot for it up to commentary, good luck. Look forward to hearing from you boys. We're going to just quickly hear now from what Dylan and Kwaku had to say at the training ground.
Let's talk about this big time we've got coming up now, because I mean there'll be a lot of focus to Tottenham, of course. There'll be names around from academy level that people will recognise who played for Tottenham, play at international level. But how important for us is going to be somebody like Matthew Cox, who really stood out in that game against Burnley?
Yeah, I think Coxie obviously brings his technical ability to the pitch under pressure as well, and he's obviously playing England a year up as well. So I think he'll be key for us in the game, as well as all the other boys. And we'll give the opposition respect, but we won't give them too much respect. And we'll obviously be going for the win. So yeah.
100%. Coxie's a proper weapon for us. Like, if you just watch him play the way he plays, you'll know how good he is. But like, it all starts from the back to the front. We all got our levels, and we know what we can do. So to be fair, we're all excited. We can't wait to play and just show everyone what we got in store.
Dylan, we know you like to be on free kicks, but Coxie can take a free kick as well, can he?
Yeah, Coxie can take a free kick. Sometimes he says he teaches me, but I don't know if that's true.
Just to let people know, of course, as well, we're all part of this safety bubble as well at the moment, and that's been the whole thing around this year as well, in terms of unprecedented times. During all of course of that as well, you've won at the Youth Alliance League Cup too, so it's been a massive season of ups and downs. What's it been like for the pair of you?
No, it's like with COVID, a lot of things haven't gone our way. Like, for example, the Youth Cup game, we're prepping and then we find out the day before Youth Cup's cancelled. But stuff like that, we've just had to adjust to. It's life. Like, things will get in your way, but I feel like as a team, we've kind of just took it in our stride.
Like the day before Burnley, when it originally got cancelled, we don't feel sorry for ourselves. Like, we know there's a lot worse things happening with COVID, so we knew we was going to play the game eventually. So we just kept working hard, and obviously it paid off when we beat them 1-0.
Well, there we go. That was the last-minute thoughts from the training ground. I think Rob have hot-footed it up to the gantry, so we'll hand you over now to commentary. I hope the Spurs and Don fans watching enjoy the game.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Plough Lane for FA Youth Cup, fourth round action between AFC Wimbledon and Tottenham Hotspur. If you're a Dons fan, parent or academy member, you're very welcome, of course, supporters as well, and we're welcoming, of course, Spurs fans as well tonight to this live stream of this important FA Youth Cup tie. Wimbledon against Tottenham Hotspur about to get underway live here from Plough Lane at 6 p.m. I'm glad to say alongside me as well as the man who got us through 2 rounds of this competition already, beating Oxford United, AFC Sudbury, former under-18s head coach Rob Tuvey. How are you, Rob?
Yeah, not bad, thank you, Rob. Thanks for having me again, and thank you for everyone for joining.
We're underway here at Plough Lane. Wimbledon, of course, having seen off Burnley in the previous round. Now it's Tottenham Hotspur here. Early touch of the ball for Alfie Devine. It's Abdi Ali now for Wimbledon. Opening exchanges here at Plough Lane this Wednesday evening for this Youth Cup tie. Wimbledon will be looking to impose themselves just as they did against Premier opposition against Burnley, seeing them off, of course, in the previous round. Paris Locke's goal, the winner on that occasion. He's on the bench tonight. I'll run through that Wimbledon lineup for you. It is Matt Cox in goal, Ben Mason, Isaac Agunda, Ethan Sutcliffe, Rennie Onabanjo has come in for Josh Hallard, Abdi Ali, Kwaku Frimpong, Troy Chiabi, Obed Yaboa, Dilanji Hershey and Quayne Bartley. And going for the attack here now though, and here comes Quayne Bartley, gets a shot away, trying to get it across. Lotat Lala, the Spurs goalkeeper and captain. Rob, what did you make of the team news in the build-up to this game? Josh Hallard unfortunately picking up an injury just before.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely gutted for Josh Hallard. A massive character within the squad, but also a key player for the boys as well. So absolutely gutted he picked up a late injury. But yeah, obviously Remy, young man, got his chance, and hopefully he can take that.
Well, of course, we saw, as we said, we've mentioned Paris Locke already, and of course Aaron Sasso as well, who set up the goal for Paris Locke, and another opportunity for one of the 16s then.
Yeah, no, it's great to see so many under-16s in the squad. We made a stance at the start of the year that the under-16s would play a massive role in this competition, and that's proved that they have so far.
So it's the opening exchanges here of this FA Youth Cup tie here on Wednesday evening, being live streamed. AFC Wimbledon Academy against Tottenham Hotspur, live from Plough Lane. Slightly overcast, humid day, spring-like conditions here in London. And the Dons just settling into their game here now against Tottenham. Cisse on the ball for Spurs. Over to Michael Craig, one of 2 brothers, both Scottish youth internationals, Michael and Matthew Craig. So you've got 2 Robs on commentary and 2 Craigs playing centre-back Scottish youth internationals for Spurs tonight. Be a nice easy one for us, Rob.
I don't fancy our chances going 1-to-1 with them.
No, I certainly don't. Ball back now with Matthew Cox. Such a key figure in that victory over Burnley. Of course, just having returned from England duty himself, he's been away with the England under-19s. Ball forward now. Here's another chance for Wimbledon. Obed Yaboa, and that's just wide of Lotat Lala, and they've got a corner out of it. And for those of you just tuning in as well, perhaps some of the Spurs fans as well, you may recognise the name Yaboa. Yes, indeed, it is Tony Yaboa's nephew in the Dons lineup here tonight.
Yeah, no, he's a key factor for the Dons. He will run all day and chase any lost calls out there. And yeah, it's a really good start by Wimbledon, to be fair. It's 2 long kicks from Matthew Cox, and the 2 centre-halves of Tottenham have struggled to deal with them, and it's created 2 opportunities. So great start. I know James prides himself on practicing his set play, so hopefully we can make the most of this one.
And it's young Onabanjo who's into the lineup here tonight, who's going to take this corner. A real set-piece opportunity early on here for Wimbledon. Bodies in the box. Abdi Ali and Aji Hershey just on the edge of it. Onabanjo now with the corner, and that'll be disappointing. Maybe a little bit of nerves early on there from the youngster.
Yeah, no, it shows the faith that James has in him. James obviously worked with him at under-16s, but to put him on the corner, it shows the faith he has in him. I think the idea from that corner was to try and swarm it, put the keeper under a little bit of pressure early on. And obviously that one went out of play, but this is the key for us tonight. Tottenham will look to play out from the back, and can we get a high aggressive press working?
Well, we just saw there as well the short ball from the keeper It's one of his defenders there. The ball goes out of play, and we saw how Ryan Longman benefited recently for Wimbledon when they were playing the ball out the back from Charlton.
Yeah, no, it's something that we want to bring across the whole club, really. We want the whole club to be aggressive in our press, and especially when we don't have the ball, look to be really, really aggressive and go and win the ball back at the earliest opportunity.
Ball now with Maturin of Tottenham. Now the Spurs attack here now for Dane Scarlett, the danger man, but just out there to Abdi Ali, knocked forward from Aji Hershey. Spurs retain possession though, being put under pressure again here. Obijiboa trying to close down the keeper, but, just on the edge of the box there, with Lota Lala, the Spurs captain in goal, born in Paris. Now moving the ball forward over to the far side for Tottenham. But Wimbledon keeping up that press there, as Rob has been saying, just keeping them pinned back here, just on the outskirts of their penalty area. Really encouraging positive start early on here from AFC Wimbledon's academy. Forced wide, and we saw, of course, how effective Wimbledon were against Burnley in the previous round. This is good from Wimbledon early on here, Rob.
Yeah, no, as we said, we fully expect that Tottenham will probably have more possession tonight, but at the moment they're still 70 yards away from goal, so that's not hurting us in one bit. So as long as we can keep the ball in front of us and we can pick our moments to go aggressively and as a unit together, then I'm sure we can create more opportunities.
It's the voice of Rob Tuvey, our under-18's former head coach, as I said, who guided us through the early rounds of this competition. Now, of course, first team coach to Mark Robinson. This competition, of course, previously, though, Tottenham Hotspur 3 times previous winners. In 1970, 74 and 1990, Wimbledon's previous best as AFC Wimbledon. Of course, having reached the 5th round in both 2016 and 2017. And they could go and equal that tonight if they could cause the big upset here at Plough Lane. 4th round action for you here this Wednesday night. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Again, Tottenham just forced to play it wide over on the side there and try and keep possession. Wimbledon closing them down here quickly. On the press again. And trying to find a way out of their box here, so they switch sides here now. Down to Cisse. Cisse down to Maturin again. Tries to cross the ball in, but Ethan Sutcliffe gets that one out of play. Sutcliffe, of course, who's in and around the first team for an EFL trophy game against Oxford United. Was on the bench. Throw in to Spurs. Just in front of us here in the newly named Kappa stand, the main stand here at Plough Lane. Back with Cisse. Spurs moving the ball a bit closer now through Niall John, who's down on the edge of the box there. And one of the Craig brothers there.
There'll be the key moments tonight, Rob. When we do get the hold of the ball, we've got to make sure that we try and look forward, of course, and look to counter, but we've got to find our first pass. We have to build momentum with the ball as well as without the ball. So I know James has worked really, really hard in that in the build-up, but that first pass is really, really key tonight.
Trying to set Niall John away on that previous attack. Tottenham, and of course, one of the players in this Spurs lineup who has first-team experience, recently came on for the closing stages of that Europa League tie against Wolfsberger, along with Dane Scarlett. Spurs in possession here again now, over on the far side with Mundell. But Wimbledon getting bodies back behind the ball again here now and just keeping them, closing them down and really forcing them wide and making life awkward for them. Flags up from the linesman. Positive start here this Wednesday evening here at Plough Lane for this FA Youth Cup tie between AFC Wimbledon Academy and Tottenham Hotspur. Live stream for you here on AFC Wimbledon TV. Kick to the Dons over on the far side with Matthew Cox. As I said, just back from England under-19 duty. And we'll look a lot to Matthew Cox here tonight, won't we, Rob, in terms of his experience and what he can offer us as well, of course.
Yeah, no, I think last round you see how much I think of him and how the club thinks of him as well. Massive, massive future for this football club. And yeah, we're so pleased to have him here. But tonight will be a different test for him. He'll be put under a little bit more pressure than what he's probably used to in our James programme. But he's a real weapon with his feet, so in possession we look to play through him a lot and look to see if he can open up the Tottenham defence.
Of course, Wimbledon having seen off, as I've said, Oxford United and Sudbury and Burnley to get to this stage. Spurs have played just one tie previously. It was quite a shock as well for 26 minutes, because at Tottenham Hotspur they were 2-0 down to another Youth Alliance side, Newport County. But to be fair to them, they did come back and win 6-2 with Dane Scarlett, the man here tonight, who got 5 of them, Rob.
Yeah, myself and James actually watched that game live at the time, and Newport deserve a lot of credit for how they went about the game in the early stages, and they caught Tottenham napping in the early stages, but yeah, obviously Tottenham's class shone through at the end, but I think if you look in terms of our games programme, we're a much tougher opponent than Newport, and that's no disrespect to Newport whatsoever, but yeah, I would like to think that Tottenham will have to work a lot harder, and if they can't be napping for them 26 minutes this time.
Yep, AFC Wimbledon Academy currently second in their Merit League in the second half of this season. Maximum points as well, having beaten Leyton Orient by 3-1 on Saturday going into this one. There's Quayne Bartley over on the far side. Big imposing figure.
Well played, that's excellent. That's really, really good. On regains, can we look to find our first pass? Just relax the game a little bit.
It's encouraging signs here again from Wimbledon. Flag up again here for Tottenham. James Oliver Pearce into the technical area with his assistant Jack Matthews, just issuing some instructions. Chance of a breather and just to take on those instructions as well, as Wimbledon will press over the halfway line here. And leave this for Matthew Cox to take the free kick. We were joking with Dylan Aji-Hershey in the build-up to this one, Rob, that Matt Cox, even though he's taking this one just outside his own area, he is capable of taking a free kick. I think Dylan will be more inclined to take it near a goal, though.
Yeah, no, as I said before in commentary, Matthew is often seen the last one out of training, practicing free kicks, and yeah, him and Dylan have got great competition between them.
And here comes Dylan Aji-Hershey now on the edge of the box. What can he do? Lays it off to his midfield partner. Kwaku Frimpong has the shot, and that's just wide, and that's another good early effort here from Wimbledon to settle the nerves, Rob.
No, it's really, really good play by Dylan. Again, Dylan's a real threat when he's running at people, so really good to see there, and great decision at the end of it. So he's made a great decision, and it's really good early signs.
It's your first time up here on the gantry here at Plough Lane. It's an impressive view, and for a coach as well, I suppose, it's really good. You can see everything that you need to be seeing. You can report that back to James Oliver Pearce, perhaps. No,
100%. It's an absolute spectacular view. And yeah, as I said before, every time you come to this stadium, you can't help but just be amazed with the support that the fans have given to make this possible, really. So we're so thankful that we get to play in this arena most weeks. So no, it's absolutely fantastic.
And thankfully now as well, we're getting closer to having one of those test day events with the 23s playing in it. So that's going to be a chance for some of those lucky Wimbledon fans to see the new surroundings we have here.
Yeah, no, there's a real buzz about the squad. I've had a few older players already ask me, can they be involved in it? So yeah, no, everyone wants to be involved, and everyone wants to play in front of the Wimbledon fans.
Meantime here now, back at Plough Lane this evening. Spurs on the attack, but loose ball cut out well by young Onabanyo. Into the side tonight, into the feet of Yeboah. Obid Yeboah tries to beat his man down the line. Good work from him as well.
Really good play by Remy Onabanjo. He's on the front foot, he's pressing really well, but the cover that Dylan has given him there has allowed him to do that. So I think tonight the work of Quayne and Dylan in the wide areas just to support their fullbacks will be really, really key, and so far so good.
Absolutely. It's a really encouraging start here early on from Wimbledon. As I said, if you're a Dons fan, like you as well, a Dons parent, one of the proud parents of one of these young lads here tonight as well, or fellow academy member watching here tonight, hopefully be inspired by what you'll see out here from Wimbledon's academy. And of course, if you're a Spurs fan as well, you're most welcome as well here this evening, and hopefully one day we'll see you down here too for a visit in this impressive arena. Meantime, Wimbledon trying to cause more problems to Spurs here tonight. It's Onabanyo who, as I said, going to the side. The expense, unfortunately, of young Josh Hallard, who missed out, who had a very good game, it has to be said, against Burnley. But Onabanyo showing that no nerves from him out there tonight, taking his place in the Wimbledon defence. Ball over on the far side now for Tottenham. It's 0-0 here, if you're just joining us here on this live stream in this FA Youth Cup 4th round tie between Wimbledon and Tottenham. Ball forward now. Ethan Sutcliffe to just marshal back to Matthew Cox. Maybe you decisive and makes the clearance there. Straight out of play into the Spurs dugout. Throwing to Tottenham. Cisse to take it back to Matthew Craig. As I said, one of two brothers, both Scottish youth internationals. Spurs again just trying to find the way out of their own half here, but there's Wimbledon bodies everywhere. Good teamwork, good work ethic from Wimbledon here early on in this Youth Cup time. They're forced to pump the ball forward straight into the possession of Matthew Cox, who has time to just weigh up his options and roll it out over to the far side to his captain, Isaac Agunda. To Frimpong, the hard-working midfielder. Ball goes loose though, back to Craig. Now Niall John. Over to Cisse, back to John again, being closed down, and that's good work again from Wimbledon. That's young Onabanyo there, being backed up by Oba Jaboa. But they're not letting Spurs settle on the ball here, Rob. It's good work from Wimbledon.
No, really good hustle by the boys so far. They're getting into Spurs' faces, and the possession that Spurs had, they haven't really threatened in our final third yet. So I think James and Jack will be really happy with the start.
Positive start from Wimbledon early on here, just as it was against Burnley in the previous round. Spurs at the moment, giving something to think about here.
If you look at work at number 10, Rob, on the ball at the moment, Alfie Devine, he wants to play higher up the pitch, but look how deep he's having to go to try and search for the ball at the moment. And that's credit to the boys, credit to the shape that James has got him in at the moment, and the discipline with the distance between the ball. The more that he drops deeper to try and get on the ball, the more further from goal he is, and that's a positive for us. Absolutely.
Look at that. Spurs number 10, as you say there. This comes from a sporting background. His father, Sean, played rugby league for St Helens, and Alfie himself, of course, previously with Wigan and Liverpool in his young career already, but he's being made to work hard here tonight if he wants to get a sniff on the Wimbledon goal. Ball pumped forward again here, only onto the head of Cisse, and Wimbledon working so well as a unit here early on, keeping their shape and really closing Spurs down early on, forcing them wide again here. Just not allowed time to settle on the ball, and how can they get out of their own half here from a Wimbledon point of view though? Very positive early on here as Yeboah tries to back up Bartley over on the far side here now, trying to close them down again. And must be very impressed indeed with the high press early on here, as you were saying, Mike, Rob.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's something that we want to bring into the whole squad as a general, and yeah, no, really pleased.
Cisse now, the ball into the box again. Sutcliffe's back there, played by Onabanyo. Set to the ball for Troy Chiabi. Ball out of play again here. Another throw into Spurs, who've been given something to think about in the early stages here of this FA Youth Cup tie. Cisse back to Craig. But as Rob has said, Alfie Devine, one of the key figures for them tonight, struggling to see much of the ball. Niall John brought to ground there at the moment. Free kick to Tottenham.
Soft free kick for me, that, Rob, but the line of Wimbledon there is really high, and it's causing the space between the lines to be really difficult for Tottenham to play through at the moment. You find with a Category 1 academy that they rarely like to go in behind very early, so the work that James has done is obviously to try and keep a higher line and condense the space between the units.
Fifth in their table currently, Tottenham in the league. 11 points behind leaders Fulham, but with a couple of games in hand. But tonight the focus here is very much upon this FA Youth Cup tie. And Spurs forced wide again over on the far side. Touch the ball for Devine there for the throw-in. But again, imposing figure of Bartley's there as well, just to keep a watching brief. So too Yeboah, as Spurs yet again forced to switch flanks, but when they look up, there's Aji Hershey as well. Having to roll it across the back line there, and everywhere they look, there's just a Wimbledon line, a wall of Wimbledon players in front of them, just trying to find spaces to pick out here. Ball pumped forward in hope there by Craig, and that's going to go out of play in a goal kick, and they're being frustrated early on here, Rob.
Yeah, no, that's probably the first pass that they've been able to play. Obviously the twins combining there, so as soon as the 5 gets the ball into the 4, that's where they want to do. They want to try and hurt you in the half spaces in between our lines, and So far, we've really condensed that space really, really well. It's just them times when we do become a little bit detached that we make sure that we make quick recovery runs and we get around the ball and get back to our shape as quickly as possible.
With Isaac Ogunda now. Forward loose ball though. Troy Chiabi's there to tidy up, win the ball back. He's got Bartley for support. He tries to go to the middle and a bit through to Yaboa. That's straight through to Lotalala in the Tottenham goal. Tries to play it out over on that far side again here. Now back with Niall John. First team experience for him, of course, recently in that Europa Cup tie against Wolfsberger, getting the last 9 minutes of that along with Scarlett. So first team experience for those lads, of course. Now here comes Spurs again, but there's Kwaku Frimpong, and now to his midfield partner, Adji Hershey. Need to get down the near flank here. Closed down by Tottenham. Spurs just keeping possession along the back line again here, though. All they can do at the moment is just play it along the back line here and look up for space. Little pockets of space, as Rob has been saying here, if they can try and find an opening. This is credit to Wimbledon and how they're making Spurs work, putting them off their game. Another loose ball goes out of play. It'll be a throw into Wimbledon.
Yeah, I think if this carries on, you'll gradually start to see the frustration of the Spurs players and the Spurs bench as well. And it's credit to what Wimbledon are doing. It can look like poor technical detail, and sometimes it is, but the work that's going in at the moment to stop them doing it is an absolute credit to James and Jack and the boys.
Well, we saw it, of course, previously in a different way, didn't we, against Burnley, and the frustration that crept in on the Burnley bench in the last round, Rob.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Burnley, they was a little bit more direct in their play than what Tottenham will be. Tottenham will look to play through the opposition. They look to play over us. But yeah, both scenarios are on, really, and the boys are showing that they're showing real tactical understanding, which is what we want in their development.
Solid foundation, solid base to build upon for Wimbledon here, but maybe there's an opportunity for Spurs now, but maybe not. They're trying to work the ball through over on the far side, now coming through the middle. Now it's with Devine. Devine finds space for Cisse over on the near side. To Maturin. Back to Devine again. Patient build-up play through the edge of the box, but Cisse will get to that. Sutcliffe's there, though. Comes loose to Craig. Now back with Devine again, seeing a little bit more of the ball now, the Spurs danger man, trying to work his way through the middle. But good work there from Wimbledon. Frimpong looks up, wins the ball. It's played out of play, but good work from Frimpong there.
Yeah, you can see that Alfie Devine, when he gets the ball higher up, he can really create things, and the ball that he's played through there is absolutely superb. I think I'm right in saying, Rob, that he made his debut in the FA Cup for the first team against Marine and came on Straude.
Yeah, indeed, and he played, I think, as well in pre-season for them as well, so he has been in and around the first team. Actually think a lot of him, of course, having previously, as I said, started out with Liverpool, then Wigan, and now with Tottenham. Sporting background, as I said previously as well, his father being a former rugby league player, and young Spurs striker here tonight trying to impose himself on this game. But at the moment it's back with Craig inside the Spurs half. Looks up, plays it into the feet of that man Devine now. Adji Hershey's close by. So to his midfield partner. And it's played forward again here. Frimpong now picks up on the loose ball. Just overshot that slightly in front of Troy Chiabi. A little bit of frustration for Chiabi there.
Yeah, a little, again, really good work off the ball by Wimbledon, but it's just that on the ball. When we win the ball, we've got to try and find them 2-3 passes just to settle the game down a little bit and allow us to build our own momentum in the game.
Just a little bit of patience required from Wimbledon here early on. It's with Quayne Bartley. Bartley now, he looked pretty impressive in training the other day as well in the build-up to this one. Been a few people looking at him, of course, but an AFC Wimbledon Academy player. Quayne Bartley, one of the real characters of the Don side as well, Rob.
Yeah, no, he's an absolutely fantastic lad, and he's shown great development already this year. Someone that we've got high hopes for.
Yeah, indeed, I remember when, all the way back a long time ago now in pre-season, and we did the Richmond Run this year, where the annual event where the 18s do their fitness work, one of the first events of pre-season round Richmond Park, and I just felt, let's give the camera over to Quayne Bartley, and he introduced the squad, and he did it superbly as well.
If you give him a mic, he won't get him off it.
No. Here we go, and again now with Wimbledon. Over on the far side, it's young Ben Mason. He's got a superb work ethic for the Dons. Really impressed with him in the last round against Burnley. One of the hard-working members of this young Wimbledon side, focused on his game. Now it's with Craig. Now to Devine again, but with Aji Hirsch and Frimpong were there. Goes Maturin through the middle again here. Now the chance for Spurs. Here's the danger man Scarlett on the edge of the box. He's forced to play it back though. Again, Spurs trying to work a way through this Wimbledon system here. This well-drilled, well-set-up Wimbledon side. Over on the edge of the box here, being closed down again. Maybe they're going to get a ball into the box here now. Gunda helped out by Mason. Looks it clear. Only onto the head of Craig. Starting to make a few more advancements into that Wimbledon half, but now Wimbledon have got a chance to break here with Aji Hirsch. Looks up, what support has he got? He's got Troy Chiabi over on the far side, Aji Hirsch. It goes through to Lotat Lala in the Spurs goal. Quick on the counter-attack though from Wimbledon there. Just perhaps needed a bit of support. Now with Devine. Spurs forced to, yet again, keep it just outside their own penalty area here. And with Matthew Craig. Loose ball though, back to Onyebanya, who plays it safe, knocks it back to Cox. Cox looks up, places the ball forward. Shot that one, but it might just break here for Yeboah. Not quite though. Yeboah just on the edge of the box there. It remains AFC Wimbledon Academy 0, Spurs 0 here in this live stream here on AFC Wimbledon TV, club YouTube channel. Here tonight, FA Youth Cup 4th round action here. The winners of this tie will get a home tie again against West Bromwich Albion or Cardiff City. And then in the quarter-finals, if you dare even look that far ahead, the likes of Chelsea and AFC Fylde and Manchester City and Everton, but the focus has very much got to be on this game here tonight though, hasn't it, Rob?
Bring them all on, Rob.
Absolutely. So Wimbledon's previous best, 2016-2017, 5th round. So they're only one step away from this if they cause this upset here tonight. No way to go in this Youth Cup tie yet, though. Good work early on from Wimbledon. Frustrating Spurs, who are now seeing a little bit more of the ball in the Wimbledon half. Frimpong goes in there with one of his challenges. And what do you make of that one, Rob? Soft again.
Yeah, I said it in the last round. I think Kwaku gets hard done by at times. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he's sort of a tough tackling midfielder. And I think that's something that's missing from the game at the moment.
Definitely.
And yeah, for me, that's not a foul.
No.
That's just a good Wimbledon challenge.
Absolutely. He's escaped with a warning there. No card shown, but it will be a free kick to Tottenham. And having been frustrated early on in terms of their play, a set-piece opportunity for them here. Inside the Wimbledon half, they elect to go cross-field with it. Forced wide again here now. Bartley's there trying to close them down. Turin's at the edge of the box there. Back with Craig and to his brother. Just able to retain possession, but who were in front of them, that Wimbledon formation, staying solid there and keeping their lines as well. Spurs being made to think and work for this one here. Ball knocked wide, and that's going to go out of play, and yet again more frustration for them here.
Yeah, you can see young Dane Starlett, he's getting frustrated. He wants the ball in behind and that. Just signed his pro contract with Tottenham a couple of days ago. And yeah, you can see he's getting frustrated out there, which is good for us, because we want him almost dropping deeper and getting further away from the goal, which you've seen from their two danger men so far.
Absolutely, if you can do that to one of their key players, a player with first team experience, it's really important in this tie. Knock forward again here. Now Cisse gets a chance on the edge of the box. It's quickly taken away from Scarlett there. Wimbledon working well to clear their lines away from the box here. On to Yeboah.
Excellent play by Obed Yeboah there. That's a free kick, and he's absolutely deserves that. That's superb from him.
Absolutely, and you can see the frustration creeping in to Tottenham there. Obed Yeboah's just got to keep his cool here as well. He's not in the wrong, is he?
No. That's brilliant by him. Absolutely superb play. He's held it up. He's won a free kick, and yeah, he's caused frustration with him.
And the referee now just having a few words with Craig. One of the brothers there, Michael Craig.
This would be good for us as well, Rob. The game's been played at a fast pace so far and hasn't really allowed us to settle down. This will hopefully allow us to settle down, get on the ball and try and dictate a little bit of play ourselves.
First yellow card of the game shown to Michael Craig, and Wimbledon have a free kick just short of the halfway line. He's going to have a word with Yeboah here as well. And a yellow card for Obed Yeboah as well. It's
I don't know how he's come to that conclusion.
Pretty harsh there. Maybe a little bit of the frustration shown afterwards, but still I think he probably escaped with a warning, but that's 1-1 in terms of yellow cards here now. One for Michael Craig and one for Obed Yeboah from that incident, but Wimbledon still coming out of it with a free kick, which Kwaku Frimpong is standing over at the moment, just short of the halfway line. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0 in this FAU Cup 4th round tie, live from Plough Lane on Wednesday night. Yeboah into the feet of Adji Hershey. What can Wimbledon do with this? Over to the far side of the box there. Well, Troy Chiabi was there, but into the arms of Lotat Lala, the Spurs goalkeeper and captain. Warm conditions here, spring-like day it's been, bit overcast as well. Floodlights on here at Plough Lane. No doubt take effect later on as the game draws on here. Early kick-off, as I said, here in London, 6 p.m. But it remains goalless at the moment. Chiabi and Yeboah just staying forward there as well, just keeping Spurs pinned back just to the edge of their box here. Now with Devine. Devine looks up. Has to play it back to one of his defenders, but Wimbledon working hard again here. Just forcing Spurs wide again. Over on the far side here. Switching play, trying to find Cisse, I think.
Great defensive work again by Dylan. Him and Q so far have really protected their fullbacks really, really well. I'm really, really impressed with their tactical understanding and their defensive responsibilities.
Yeah, I have to admit, I saw a bit of training the other day as well, and Quayne Bartley really did impress me as well in terms of his defensive work he did as well. I know he's the big sort of imposing figure trying to go forward, but really good defensive play from him as well.
Yeah, he's been a great learner so far this year in terms of taking on that responsibility and really showing an understanding for it as well, so he deserves a lot of credit for the year that he's had.
Spurs yet again trying to make inroads into the Wimbledon defence here. They've got a throw in with Cisse. Looks up, tries to find Maturin, but around him there he's got young Onabanyo and Adji Hershey as well. Not too many options for him here. Tries to thread the ball through. It's Maturin again. Now through to Niall John. Bit of space for them here now, but into an open kind of play there. Now over to Chiabi. Chiabi knocks it forward. Now
fantastic pass.
Obed Yeboah. Yeboah now looks up. Can he cut inside here onto the edge of the box here? Looks up. Now with Abdi Ali. Over to Frimpong. To the edge of the box. Oh, flag up, unfortunately, for Wimbledon. Just
really good play there by Chiabi. Dropped deep. What a fantastic pass that he's picked out as well and made the box as well. As I said in the last round, he's been asked to play a slightly different role, slightly deeper, but that's really, really good play from him.
Yeah, a member of course, of our Youth Alliance League Cup team, winning team as well at Rotherham United this season. Last season's final, of course, held over, but what a night that was. And the man who guided us to that as well is up here on commentary tonight, Rob Tuvey. Matthew Cox's goal as well, credited to Matthew Cox, and fantastic night there up at Rotherham United. It's been a real season of ups and downs though, isn't it, what with COVID as well and everything, and these lads have done tremendously well to cope through the whole season, haven't they, Rob?
Yeah, the strength of character of this squad has been absolutely superb. Obviously it's been testing times for everyone, but the boys have gone through a lot of ups and downs, but when it comes to big games they've always performed so far, so yeah, really, really proud of not only the players that they're becoming, but the young men they've become as well.
Very much the way that Wimbledon are building towards the future here now. Young players and the academy playing an ever increasingly important role in the development of going forward, and the squad that Wimbledon, and particularly Rob now, of course, as first team coach, is going to have at its disposal, particularly for coming up for next season. But at the moment, the focus here tonight for these Wimbledon youngsters is against Tottenham Hotspur, and they're doing ever so well here in the first half here against Spurs. Spurs forced to switch play over on the far side.
Fantastic line. I think the work that Isaac Ogundir and Ethan Sutcliffe have done so far has gone unnoticed, but the way that they've held their line, it's really, really hard to play that high line that James has asked him to do. obviously throughout the club at the moment we've tried to make sure that we're trying to compress the pitch and play a really, really high line, and the boys have done really, really well at it.
We've got a decent track record of producing centre-backs over the years, haven't we? The likes of Will Nightingale and so on. Ryan Sweeney, another one, of course, who went elsewhere. Toby Civic, of course, for a brief time as well as a defender. Paul Callenby.
Yeah, no, we're proud of every single one of them.
Wimbledon in possession here again now. Adji Hershey tries the shot. Little deflection there, I think, possibly.
Well played.
Corner to Wimbledon. Good stuff from the Dons here. And inventive from Dylan Adji Hershey, who's going to just over to take this corner here now. Another set-piece opportunity for Wimbledon. You'll probably know what's coming here, Rob, yeah?
Yeah, it would tell me off the signal for sure.
Yep. Abdi Ali and Onabanyo. Sutcliffe staying back just outside the area with Ben Mason. Everybody else in there. Adji Hershey with the ball in, flicked on. Oh! And that was from the captain there, Isaac Agunda. Just wide of the back post. Good stuff from Wimbledon here again. They've had the better of the first half here early on.
Really good delivery from Dylan there, but yeah, Oggs has scored a couple like that this season. I remember at home to Luton early in the season, that front post, he really attacks it well, and he's a threat from him.
That's what you try to encourage, though, don't you? Particularly from, I think, a young centre-back. You know, there's goals there as well, particularly from set pieces for a centre-back, yeah?
Definitely. You look at this team, there's goals all over the pitch, and that's something that we want to try and create throughout the club, is that in every position that you go out in a Wimbledon shirt, that you're there to obviously work hard, but you've got goals in you.
And the views of Rob Tuvey joining us here tonight, first team coach of AFC Wimbledon, former under-18s head coach. Watching on tonight, watching James Oliver Pearce now, who's the man in charge down there in the technical area, with Jack Matthews guiding his team against Tottenham Hotspur. Goalless here in the first half here at Plough Lane. Cisse on the ball, back to Craig for Spurs. Ball goes loose though to Abdi Ali. Looks up, finds Adji Hershey. He's got Frimpong in support, trying to thread it through there. Back with Cisse. Over to Niall John. Quayne Bartley there trying to close him down. Goes John, spreading play over to the far side for Tottenham. Into the edge of the box here. Bartley's getting back again though, trying to close him down. Shot goes in. That's the closest Tottenham have come yet though.
Yeah, it's a good move by Tottenham, but you look at it again, it's still 35 yards out, and knowing Coxey the way he is, you have to be really, really special to beat him. So I think James will be really, really happy if that's how we can limit him to that far out in chances. Then, in terms of what we're looking to do, it's job done for us.
Absolutely, first chance for Tottenham there. And Sutcliffe calmly plays his way out from the back here into Onabanyo. Just loses out there though. Ball into the box again here. Shot across from Scarlett.
Really good defending there by Isaac Agundere. Really, really calm in everything he does, and you can see that the calming influence that himself and Ethan have on this side. Really, really, they don't let anything. The highs are not too high and the lows are not too low with them. So really, really good play.
Yeah, two calm centre-backs there, just what you need in a situation like this, just in front of Matthew Cox, who makes the clearance now, goes central. He's there over on the far side to try and chase this one down. So to his Kiezu of Tottenham. Now with Abdi Ali, flicks it on. It goes through to Lotalala in the Spurs goal. Rolls this one out to Matthew Craig, one of two brothers. Michael, of course, on a yellow already for Spurs. Free kick to Tottenham. 0-0 here in the first half between Wimbledon and Tottenham. Of course, on Saturday, the focus was, of course, on the first team here, Rob, and all the drama late on. Have you just about calmed down from that one and Nick Zanev's penalty heroics?
Yeah, I think I might have aged about 30 years on the sideline down there, Rob. No, but no, it's fantastic to get the 3 points, and yeah, it's really, really key that we build on that on Friday now.
Yes, of course, Friday. You can join us on I Follow Dons for that one, when Rob and the first team are down on Good Friday. A long trip down to Plymouth Argyle for another important game. Wimbledon looking to get back-to-back wins, Rob, of course, now under Robbo.
Yeah, no, it's something that I don't think we've done all season, and something that we can't hide from, and we need to start doing, really. So there's been real positive signs in the past few weeks, and we're really pleased with the progression that we've made, and yeah, we've just got to back that up now.
Good work from Obo Jaboa here, trying to keep the pressure up here as Spurs. A long clearance forward. Sutcliffe's there on the halfway line, so to Frimpong. Adji Hershey to help him out too. Just loses out there. Now here goes Devine for Spurs, just over the halfway line. Over to Kiezu. Spurs forced over on the far side again here now with Craig. To Mundle. There's a chance into the box here again though, and Isaac Agunda was there.
Fantastic
safely
defending.
through to Cox. Good work from Isaac Agunda, the Dons captain. And they're getting a little bit closer towards Matthew Cox there, but still nothing to really trouble him at this stage though.
No, I can't really remember him having to make a save of any note really. A couple of things with his feet, but yeah, their goalkeeper probably had to work a little bit more than Coxie has so far.
Cox with the clearance now high and accurate, and tries to find Quayne Bartley. They just slipped, but ball goes back to Isaac Agunda. Now over to Ben Mason on the flank there. Mason trying to win the ball, but goes against him. Free kick to Tottenham. Spurs just playing it along the back line here now. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0 here in this FA Youth Cup 4th round tie here, being live streamed to you on Wednesday night here from Plough Lane. Cisse back to Craig. And again, though, this Wimbledon team, particularly from our view up here on the gantry, you can look at it and they're just they're keeping that shape, they're keeping those lines, as you say, Rob, all the way along here. Spurs force wide again, trying to find little open spaces, little bits of play, but there's not too many for them. Over to Maturin, just inside the box. He tries to get the shot away. It's an easy one for Matthew Cox to take. Yet again, another opportunity for them, but still nothing still to trouble Matthew Cox just yet, even though they are having probably their best period of the game now, Tottenham.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was a really good move by them. Obviously, they played through the lines and looked to hurt us in that half space, which we know that they're really dangerous in. Yeah, obviously the shot didn't really trouble Matthew Cox, but a really good move. And Wimbledon just have to ride out this period. Passes like that will really help settle us down.
Yeah, there are going to be those moments in this game, of course, playing against quality opposition. Long ball into the box there, to the back post for Lotalala to collect. Ibo was there as well. Just plays it out from the back again here. Into Craig. There they go again. They've got a bit of space here now. Through to Maturin. Now with Scarlett. Sutcliffe's there, does well.
Just allowing the game to get slightly stretched there between the lines, and you can see the one time that we don't get that units tight, then obviously we do get picked off and we do get hurt. So I think it's really important that the next 5 or 6 minutes that we look to see it through till half time, so James can just address that.
Yes, indeed. The Spurs perhaps just trying to find a few openings here now as the first half begins to wear on. Now with Maturin again, who's being seeing a little bit of the ball but wastes it on this opportunity. I'll go behind for a goal kick to Wimbledon. And good as well, just looking along the gantry here as well. He came up just as we were starting commentary here tonight with our head of coaching, Anthony Ferguson, of course, who had such a long time with Tottenham Hotspur as well in his coaching career as well, Rob.
Yeah, no, Anthony would have worked really closely with Jack and James in the build-up for this. So, no, it's great to see. He's probably on the mic up here, feeding down some information that he's seeing. Yeah, and it's really, really good. And myself and Ant will go in at half-time and just give any pointers that we've seen or any advice that James wants to sort of ask.
Turin threads it through to Devine, who tries to lob the ball up high, but caught off balance there, and that goes behind again for another goal kick to Wimbledon. Spurs, as I said, enjoying perhaps their best spell of the game here so far, but still, this well-organised Wimbledon team doing such a good job here in the first half, picking up where they finished off against Burnley, working hard as a team. As the half wears on, it still remains here at Plough Lane in this FA Youth Cup tie. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0. Knocked forward again through to Lotalala in the Spurs goal. Rolls it out from the back. We are seeing, as I said, a little bit more of the ball, a little bit more possession and a few opportunities perhaps opening up for them, which Rob has said come half-time they'll be reporting back to James Oliver Pearce and Jack Matthews about perhaps how they can close some of them down. Good work on the far side there by Mason. Ball out of play again. Got to ride this storm out, as Rob has said. This is always going to happen, of course, as well. The Spurs, of course, being quality opposition, respect to them as well. And we're going to have a certain good periods in the game. I suppose it's how Wimbledon deal with that. They're dealing with it very well, it has to be said, at the moment. And a chance for them now to break with Abdi Ali. It's a free kick to Wimbledon. Just inside their own half.
That's success for us, Rob. In terms of that, there was no options going forward. Can you win a free kick? And he's done that, and it allows us just to settle the game down. Obviously, 3 minutes to go, settle the game down. Let's try and make sure that can we create a little bit of chaos further up the pitch, and can we try and create a little opportunity before we go in, but make sure that we manage the game right now. These boys do a lot of work in terms of game plans and about managing the game, and it's really, really key that we go in at half-time at least at 0-0.
Well, edging closer to it, and they've worked extremely hard in this first half. Yet again here, Matthew Cox is the only one inside the Wimbledon half at the moment, just organising this free kick, sending players forward, and how he wants this, how he's going to deliver this to the edge of the Tottenham box. Ball goes forward now. And yeah, Agunda and Sutcliffe were there as well. Just keeping up the pressure there towards the closing stages of this first half. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0. Now with Yeboah. Working hard over on the far side. He's got support there. So goes against him. It's a free kick to Tottenham over on the far side. Closing stages of this first half. And I think the board is imminent in terms of time to be added on. The overtime verdict tablet, as we like to call it. Ball knocked forward again here. 1 minute of added time. Well, it's been a pretty free-flowing, decent first half here, hasn't it, Rob?
Definitely. I think the way that Isaac and Ethan, they've really, really impressed me so far. The work that they've done to try and handle Dane Charlotte has been really, really good, and they look so composed out there, so really happy with them. Chance for Wimbledon here, though.
Here they go now. It's Yeboah right before half-time into the box. Breaks loose for Ali. Oh, and just a little bit of excitement on that one, perhaps. It goes behind, but Wimbledon trying to finish the first half as positive as they open this game here as well. Getting closer to closing this one out and seeing through the first 45 minutes at 0-0 as we edge towards half-time, which is the one added minute in this first half. Really encouraging display from AFC Wimbledon Academy in this first half of this fourth round FA Youth Cup tie here live tonight for you on our YouTube channel. And that is half-time here. AFC Wimbledon have done a tremendous job here against Tottenham Hotspur to get this through to goalless at the break. Really well organised, very well set up. We'll be back with you for live second half coverage of AFC Wimbledon against Tottenham Hotspur here at Plough Lane, where it's goalless at half-time.
We are back. We are home.
We are Wimbledon.
First half there. Glad to say we've been joined by first team goalkeeping coach Ashley Bays. Good evening, Ashley.
Good evening.
What did you make of that then? Pretty cagey.
Yeah, I think credit to us. We've been fairly solid defensively, but as you say, it's been a fairly even game really. I think second half is going to be interesting. So, but yeah, we've been fairly solid.
Not a lot of chances there. I mean, we know they've got very well-known players. They've got players with international experience. Alfie Devine up front. So far, the guys at the back have kept them quiet, and Matthew Cox, almost not had much to do. No,
he's had a fairly quiet first half. I think they've had one shot. So yeah, hopefully that continues.
Certainly today, he looks like he's actually playing in goal. In the Burnley game, he's a bit of a Manuel Neuer. He seemed to be playing at centre back more often than he was playing in goal. Is that something you encourage him to do more of it?
Yeah, he's a very rounded goalkeeper, but one of his strengths would be his distribution, as you all know. But they've sort of seemed to have stopped him sort of getting the ball out a little bit more tonight. So fair play to them as well. But yeah, he's hit a few more long balls than I've seen him hit for a while. But he's a very good distributor of the ball.
It's not a million miles away, to be honest, from the Burnley game. That was a close encounter as well. Clearly, as a Category 3 side, when you start going up against these Premier League teams, keeping it tight is in itself quite an achievement. So what do you think they'd be looking to try and change in the second half if they can?
I think we've just got to put our stamp on the game a bit more and what we're about, like playing through the thirds and getting the ball forward a bit quicker and moving it quicker. But I think they'll be fairly pleased getting into half-time. I think James will be getting stuck into them at half-time, and like they did against Burnley, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe we'll see some of those young lads coming off the bench again as well. The guys were talking in midweek that they think they got a lot of extra training in the period when COVID came in and the games got postponed. So they feel they've got the strength to go deep into games. That might be something that becomes key.
Yeah, very much so. Our young lads are very fit boys, and they do keep themselves very fit. And I think that's all the way through the football club, to be fair.
Well, speaking of which, we thought we'd have a little look at what happens late in games. You were quite animated on Saturday. So first of all, I think Adam's got this lined up. We're just going to look at what happened from 88 minutes onwards. So I think the viewers at home are getting to see what happened towards the end of the game. Now, what I think these cameras didn't pick up is what you were doing during Tanz's penalty action, Bezo. How high do you think your jump got at this point?
Well, that's all the gym work I keep doing. That's what I tell the keepers anyway. This now. So this is the very end of the game. I mean, literally the last kick. You don't see that very often. That the time's basically added on for the penalty to be taken. So there wasn't even time for anyone to go near the rebound. Emotions very high.
It was quite an extraordinary end to the game. Anyone that follows the Wimbledon Twitter feed will have seen the photo of you fully in mid-air. But I think that was, as you said, that was testament to how deep in the game we're prepared to go. And how much credit do you want to take for that penalty save personally then?
I wouldn't say take the credit. I'd give the credit to the analyst, to be fair. But as his goalkeeping coach, you're always happy when your goalkeeper produces a save like that at the end of the game. But we do our homework, as you do. I thank Tom Dawes and G for doing the analysis work for us. And we go do a lot of research on it. But Tanz has stuck to the game plan and he's produced a save that was quite outstanding at the end of the game to win us the
Have you been pleased with him since he's come in? He seems to have settled into it well since he got thrown in. Obviously with Walker being injured, he seems to have adapted well to the.
Yeah, I'm delighted with him. He's come in, he's hit the ground running. He's getting a run of games now, and he seems to be with each game he's growing and growing in confidence. So yeah, I'll make it continue. I
think actually we did speak to Nick after the game. We'll have a little look at that. He also paid testament to the analysts and their work. So let's see what Nick had to say about that save.
Well, Nick Zanev, talk us through injury time here at Plough Lane.
Oh, it was amazing. Honestly, words cannot describe how I'm feeling right now. My heart was racing before the penalty, and just being able to pull that out for the team, just to being able to get the 3 points, I think is massive for the situation we're in as well. And I think it will be a great game to build on now going forward.
And the fact it was the final whistle, it was like a goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was funny because I felt as if the ball hadn't even gone off the pitch and the ref blew the whistle. So yeah, no, it was an amazing moment. I'll remember it. It's just a pity the fans weren't here, because if the fans were here, that would have been 100 times better.
Brilliant. And we've seen Rob doing the videos down the training ground with all the goalkeepers. Is that penalty something you work on?
Yeah, well, I have to say my thanks to Tom Dawes, because he puts together a little goalkeeping analysis for us. So that's really good. And we review it every week on what threat some of the teams possess, as in Northampton it's a lot more long ball, so I think we go through some of the penalties, so yeah, we've done our homework without going away too much.
Nick Zanev, they're very much picking up on what you were just saying, Bozo, talking about the work that the whole analysis team do together with G and Tom and everyone else. So it very much feels like a team effort, everyone pulling together to try and make sure that we can do everything we can in these big last 10 games.
Very much so. Lads behind the scenes don't always get the credit they deserve, so massive credit to them. So it's just a shame the fans weren't in to see that and witness that.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, Nick said that. I think everyone watching at home would have really felt like that as well. I mean, the place would have been rocking, because it was never a pen in a million years.
Never
so the place would have gone from anger to elation so quickly, and the bar takings would probably have helped us, start to pay off the bond, wouldn't they? But it would have been quite a moment. It's a real shame not to have everyone in, but. Obviously, that timescale has started, so I know that today I think the first priority is open for that first test event we're going to be holding in May. So people who are in that, the first priority group who had debentures and non-refundable season tickets, there's going to be a friendly game in May, and then obviously we look to build towards the final test events in July. That's going to feel like some occasion to finally properly open this place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic occasion. It'll start to feel like a bit of normality with. Is it 2000? I think letting 2000 to start with, and then it's just going to grow. It's just exciting times, isn't it, for everybody?
Well, it is, and obviously we hope we're still doing that as a League One club. I think it's 14 points in the 11 games since Robbo took over. Probably sort of needed the same again in the run-in. How's the mood? How's the confidence going at the moment?
It's been fantastic. Been a good few days since obviously a win always helps. But the environment's really good. It's really positive. The lads are bouncing in the minute, and we're looking forward to Plymouth and Fleetwood over the Easter bank holiday.
Yeah, classic Easter. 2 games quite close together. Long trip down to Plymouth, but everyone's in good spirits and everyone's well prepared for that then?
Yeah, really well prepared, and we'll go down there full of confidence and ready to get the win that we need.
Great stuff. Well, I think we should be hopefully getting ready for the second half here fairly soon. So thanks very much for joining us, Ashley. We're going to just go to a little break now, and we'll get you back with Rob and Rob for the second half.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to live FA Youth Cup 4th round action here at Plough Lane. Half time, of course. AFC Wimbledon having done it tremendously well against Tottenham Hotspur. Goalless at the break. We're all set for live second half coverage for you, streamed live here from Plough Lane. And these are the views of our first team coach joining me tonight, Rob Tuvey. Rob, what did you make of the first half?
Yeah, no, I thought it was 2 even sides, if I'm honest. Obviously, Spurs had more possession, but I thought Wimbledon's shape denied them space between the lines. And yeah, obviously Tottenham grew into it as the game went on. But I think Wimbledon be pleased with their off-the-ball shape so far. But we have to improve on the ball for sure. So I think James would have been talking at half-time about finding our first passes and looking how we can really carry a threat in this second half.
So solid foundations for Wimbledon to build upon in this second half, very much in this FA Youth Cup tie. Of course, the winners will face a home tie against either West Bromwich Albion or Cardiff City in the 5th round. And that would be, if Wimbledon were to reach that tonight, that would equal, of course, the achievements of 2016 and 2017. And they reached the 5th round previously under now first team head coach Mark Robinson. His predecessor since then, of course, Rob Tuvey with me tonight here on commentary, but the man responsible for trying to guide Wimbledon through this tie here tonight against Tottenham Hotspur, James Oliver Pearce, down in the technical area now, awaiting the start of this second half between Wimbledon and Tottenham. Spurs to kick off at the second half. Attacking the Cherry Red Records End, newly named Cherry Red Records End here at Plough Lane. We're here in the Kappa stand, the main stand here at Plough Lane. On the far side, it's the newly named Marai stand. We're back underway here in the second half between Wimbledon and Tottenham. The live stream to you tonight here on AFC Wimbledon TV, the club's YouTube channel. Let's see what kind of a start Wimbledon make to this second half. It's already a free kick early on here for the Dons. And Matthew Cox will take this one, just organising things from inside his own half. Cox looks up, sends this one forward, tries to find Frimpong, does, just out. That'll be another free kick to Wimbledon, so they've made advancements there already early on, Rob.
Yeah, no, it's a great ball in by Coxie, and obviously Obed's done really, really well to hold the ball up. But yeah, opportunity for Wimbledon here from a set play to try and make the most of the advantage.
Let's see what they can do here. They can work low to Lala in the Spurs goal. Reggie Hershey standing over this one. So too the youngster Onabanyo. Came into the side tonight wearing the number 7 for the injured Josh Hallard. Reggie Hershey standing over this one, signals now, just outside the area. Wimbledon bodies in the box to the back of the area. Reggie Hershey floats this one in now towards the back post. Agunda was there, but so too was the Spurs keeper who punches clear. And on the far side again, so they can recycle this and come back with another chance. Ball into the box again. This one goes just wide though. And early pressure from Wimbledon here. Remains Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0 here. In this FA Youth Cup tie. Early stages here, the 4th round here. Second half here. Talala just retrieving the ball, prepares to spot this one up for a goal kick. Knocked forward now over the halfway line, tries to find Scarlett. Now Maturin over on the far side as well, who saw a lot of the ball towards the end of the first half. To Cisse, back to Maturin. Spurs trying to come up with an opportunity, but Sutcliffe, who did so well in the first half, gets this one clear, and now Wimbledon break. And they break well as well, of course, so with Frimpong over to Chiabi. Yeboah is through the middle. Chiabi with a shot. Comes off a Spurs player, but only back into the path of the Dons captain, Isaac Agunda. Now over to Quain Bartley. Bartley tries to lay that one off, it's just going to not...
Really good play there, really. That will give the boys a lot of confidence. The fact that they could break out in numbers there, that will give them a lot of confidence. First half when we went on the counter-attack, we only had 1 or 2 going, but there we had 3 or 4, and that was really encouraging signs for Wimbledon.
Absolutely. Really showing confidence here in this second half here already from Wimbledon.
That's what James asked them to do at half-time. He's asked them to try and get more numbers forward when we can, and just to be a little bit braver, both with and without the ball. So opportunities to just be a little bit more aggressive in our press, and opportunities to try and play a little bit more football and be brave.
In the early stages of the second half, they certainly look to be listening to what their head coach has been saying at half-time. Spurs on the ball here now. Seeing a little bit of possession, but having to work the ball quickly if they want to fashion out any kind of opportunity here against this young Wimbledon side. Looking down the near side here now at Plough Lane, to Craig, now to Mundle. It's the hard-working Ben Mason, lays it off to Onabanyo, back to Cox. Cox under a little bit of pressure here, but manages to get it clear. Bit of a dicey moment there, but Cox kept his calm. Be a throw into Tottenham. Devine leaves it for Kiezu. Back to Kiezu, over to Devine. Spurs in possession here now. Craig laying it over to the far side. Trying to get an opportunity in the box here now. Scarlett leapt for it. Wimbledon still haven't got it quite clear. Shoots a handball there against Abdi Ali, but referee not interested. Wimbledon now try and break on the counter-attack. Yeboah through to Bartley. Bartley looks up, goes cross-field. Trying to get it over to Frimpong. Ball goes loose. Over to the far side, goes out of play for a throw into Tottenham. Floodlights on here now. Really starting to take effect here this Wednesday night. A warm spring-like evening here at Plough Lane for FA Youth Cup action. Spurs moving the ball quickly just outside their own area. Devine back to Craig. Different kind of pattern here already in the early stages of the second half. Spurs trying to implement what they were told at half-time, and Wimbledon doing as well, of course, from James Oliver Pearce's instructions at the break. As the tie wears on here, Rob, as I said, built solid foundations in the first half and looking to keep that up in the second half here now, with a real chance.
Yeah, as I said before, I know James has got match winners on his bench that he can go to as well. So you look at the likes of Aaron Sassu and Paris Locke, who came on and was a real success in the last round. But you've also got Isaac Elanian on the bench, and he's a real player. And someone that I've worked with for a very long time, and I know can really come on and open up this Tottenham side.
Yeah, absolutely. Fortunate to see him, of course, last season, and he's already played at development level as well, hasn't he? And a little bit unfortunate this season with his meniscus injury, but he's recovered from that now, and it's really good to have him involved here tonight.
Yeah, no, he's someone who myself and Robbo rate really highly, and I'm sure if he comes on the pitch, or when he comes on the pitch, he'll create things and make us tick.
As we said in the build-up as well, if he does come on, he's wearing the number 88 shirt, which is always a good number. Ball into the box here now for Wimbledon. And still retrieved by Delamaji Hershey. Now on Onabanyo. Good work from the youngster. Oh, just tried to drop it into the area there, but it breaks through back to Frimpong. Frimpong's got support, but he's going to go on his own. Over to the far
Just really
side.
good play by Wimbledon, really camping in the play. Just keep the ball moving, lads, keep the ball moving.
Taji Hershey, just went away from him there, but really positive from Wimbledon though. It's going to be a substitution for Wimbledon, and we are, I think, going to be seeing that number 88 shirt of Isaac Elanian. Scored a very good goal as well, I remember, at the Cherry Red against a certain team we won't mention. Very good goal though.
Yeah, I can't help but smile seeing him back in the Wimbledon shirt, because it's been so long and he's been so unlucky with injuries and that, so it's so good to see him back.
Really good character, Isaac Elanian, and he's going to get to play in this tie as well.
Fantastic by Remy. That's really good defending by Remy for a young player. Obviously his stature people talk about, but that's really good 1v1 defending. He uses his body so well.
Absolutely put into this Wimbledon side here tonight, up against Scarlett there over on the far side, just trying to get back to his feet. He's okay. He's going to run that one off. Good work from young Remy Onabanyo. Isaac Elanian just probably a few moments away yet from coming into this game. But when he does, certainly he's somebody could be another one, a player, as Rob has said, who can make a real impact for Wimbledon in the second half here. At the moment, they're trying to create out on the pitch themselves, as Otalana is forced to hack that one clear over on the far side, and this good build-up play from the Dons again here as they try and find the opening to this Youth Cup tie here. Throw in on the far side. Just take a few moments here just to wind up for the throw here and get this one into the box.
I think we're going to see Aaron Sasu as well.
And of course, the creator of the goal against Burnley, Paris Lock. So early on here, James Oliver Pearce looking to make changes in this Youth Cup tie. As I said, in with a real chance here as well against Tottenham here. Ball forward from Cox. But at the moment, they're doing a very good job indeed in terms of the players and personnel that are out on the pitch here. Here goes Adji Hershey to the edge of the box here now, gets the shot away.
Go on.
Only parried by the keeper. Oh, but the flag's up. The flag's up. That's a shame. Wimbledon with the opening goal there, but ruled out. The flag was up.
Really good play by Wimbledon. Dylan really causing problems there. That's excellent play. Just got to build in this momentum now. Keep believing, lads.
Well, Wimbledon have had the ball in the net. And it's a culmination of some of the good work that's been coming in the last few moments. Ruled out, though. Flag up. It remains goalless here in this Youth Cup tie, but Wimbledon edging closer here again. And in the meantime, Aaron Sasu, creator of the goal for Paris Lock in the previous round, is out in the technical area. Forward by Yeboah. Still momentum building from Wimbledon here. But now a chance for Tottenham. Ball breaks through to Cox on the edge of his box.
Just watching it back on the replay, Rob, here. For me, that's not offside. I think the linesman's been really, really quick with his flag there. I think he's actually looked at Obed Yeboah rather than Troy Chiabi following in. So for me, Tottenham are really lucky to get away with that one.
Very interesting indeed. Well, we'll see how that takes effect upon this second half. But in the meantime, Obed Yeboah, who's had a very good game indeed. Nephew of Tony Yeboah, the striker, is coming off here. And it's young Aaron Sasu, the young Norwegian player, who will be coming on for Wimbledon.
That's a real shift from Obed Yeboah. He's really struggled with his hamstrings in previous weeks, so he's left everything out there for Wimbledon today. Yeah,
he's got a little bit of strapping there as well, hasn't he? So, but as you say, he's worked so hard. He'll have done a lot of work with Jenna Richards in the build-up to this game, yeah? Yeah, no, obviously the work that Jenna's done is always fantastic, and I know she never likes to leave players out, especially the occasions like this. So, yeah, just the work that she's done just to get him out on the pitch and give him his 55 minutes has been absolutely superb. Yes, indeed. Of course, a great servant for AFC Wimbledon Academy over the years. Sports scientist for the 18s, Jenna Richards. Ball in possession with Cox now. And a good central clearance from him. Tries to find the newly introduced Sasu. With Agunda, the Dons captain, heads it forward. Tries to find Chiabi. Ball breaks for Craig of Tottenham. Over on the far side now. With Cisse, knocked forward, tries to find Devine. Game opening up a little bit here now. Maybe a chance for Tottenham at the moment. Sutcliffe, that's Mason, in fact, who gets the foot in there and tries to get it clear, but only over to the far side. As Spurs come again, ball into the box. It's going to go all the way through, though. Aaron Sasu had that one watched. It'll be a throw into Tottenham on this near side. But the game moving on here, moving at quite a pace now with Devine. Just gets away from Ali. Over to the far side, and he's overhit that one. That goes out of play. No worries for Wimbledon with that one. Remains goalless here, but if you just joined us, Wimbledon have had the ball in the net, and could be a debatable one as well. It was ruled out. It remains goalless here. Over on the far side. Yes, indeed. Just seeing some images, of course, of things coming through here in terms of the offside decision there that went against Wimbledon for the goal that was chalked off. Wimbledon, they've just got to keep up the positive attitude that they've had here. Keep going, showing what they have been doing. And to be fair to them, Rob, they haven't shown any signs of frustration. They haven't debated it out there as well. It may well have gone against them, but they're staying positive in this game because they know they've very much got a foothold in it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the boys start to the second half. They're growing in confidence more and more with the ball, which is fantastic to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see them take the game to Tottenham, not just sit back. And I think that, as you can see, we are a match for anyone. And I think that the boys are really starting to show their personalities on the pitch all of a sudden, which is great to see.
Both sides going for it now as this second half starts to open up a little bit more now. Obviously Spurs trying to play into the likes of Scarlett and Devine here, but Wimbledon doing a good job at the back here as well, though. Goes to a free kick for the Dons. A foul on Ben Mason.
Ethan Sutcliffe there, absolutely first class. That is some defending. The way he defends, the way he reads situations is second to none. And yeah, obviously he's up against England international. He played 45 minutes for England yesterday, and looking every inch of the player that we know he can be.
What's going on there, Rob?
Well, if Obed got booked in the first half, I don't like to see players get booked, Rob, but...
Here we go. Is there going to be a booking there, by the looks of it, for Dane Scarlett, and his frustrating evening continues here.
I think that's a sign of frustration as well. You look at the players, you look at the coach on the sideline. It's a sign of frustration that Wimbledon have really done a job on them at the moment.
Yeah, they did it in the previous round, of course, against Burnley. Frustration of a different sort for them there, with the opposition when they came here. Now the outcome, of course, on that occasion, Wimbledon winning by 1-0. And just signs of frustration settling in again here now for Tottenham. It's perhaps in the second half here as Cox sends the ball forward from the free kick into the head of Craig. Scarlett tries to get things going again, but Wimbledon a little bit riled there as well as he's forced to play it quickly over to Craig. Now back to the Tottenham goalkeeper. Bartley's there just keeping a watching brief on the edge of the area, trying to close them down, giving them less time on the ball as they have to make decisions, playing it across the back, trying to get out of their own half here now. Here is John for Tottenham, and through to Mundle, tries to find John again, but who goes loose. And a free kick to Tottenham. Perhaps a soft decision there, Rob.
Yeah, he's just got the wrong side. But no, if I'm honest, it's really good work again from Aaron. He's been asked to do defensive work as a forward, and that's really, really good work from him. Obviously, Wimbledon have got to be on it now just to defend this free kick.
16-year-old Aaron Sasu set up the goal in the previous round. He's already figured for the young Norwegian youth set-up as well. Part of their plans. Free kick to Spurs here now. In by Mundle to the back of the box, headed up by the Dons captain Agunda to the edge of the area. Devine still got it over on the far side, being closed down by Agunda, helped out by Frimpong as well. And we'll have a play, corner to Spurs over on the far side. Still remains AFC Wimbledon 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0 in this FA Youth Cup 4th round tie live here, being live streamed to you this Wednesday evening here from Plough Lane. Maturin to go over on the far side here for this free kick. So Wimbledon can come through this set-piece opportunity for the visitors. Sent into the box there, headed up by Agunda. Not clear though, as well by the captain. Wimbledon trying to chase this one down.
Look at the line from Wimbledon there. Absolutely brilliant. Got to the halfway line. Really, really good line by the boys.
Right, in fairness, that they've been doing all night, they've been keeping their shape and staying very well organised indeed, keeping Tottenham at bay. But here comes Spurs now, with Devine trying to get through the middle, but there are Wimbledon players around him. Now to Mundle, on the edge of the box for Spurs. He's towards the back post, but it's not going to trouble Matthew Cox. Quickly retrieves the ball for a goal kick to Wimbledon. Wimbledon doing so well here again, here in this 4th round tie here tonight. See if they can make further progress in this competition as Isaac Alanian just comes back out here again, speaking about him perhaps figuring in this second half, wearing the number 88 shirt for the Dons. Just goes for a jog along the touchline here. Goal kick from Matthew Cox, sent forward over the halfway line into the feet of Bartley. Dialli's there as well. He as well, still trying to work the ball. Now through to Mason. Mason just calmly plays it back to Matthew Cox. Cox with the clearance. Sends it forward now.
Go on, Troy. Go on, Troy.
Here goes Troy Chiabi to the edge of the box. Chiabi, can he get the shot away?
Played.
Just taken away off him there by Craig.
I think as well as Isaac Lanian being back, it's really, really good to see Marcel Campbell back as well. He's a match winner on his day as well, and he's a tricky player that can really come on and light this game up, I'm sure. So he's been really unlucky with injuries, especially around this competition this year. So it's really, really good to see him out on the bench and warming up.
Absolutely, going back to that Richmond run, of course, back last summer, I remember you giving him a lift to the start line and meeting him there as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him come out and see what he can do as well here in the second half. Been a little bit unlucky with injuries, as you say. Good to see Marcel Campbell involved here tonight on the bench for the Dons. Meanwhile, here's Devine. for Tottenham. Now back to Mundle. Spurs seeing a little bit of the ball over on this near side here, towards the main stand here at Plough Lane. Over to Craig, over on the far side now as they switch flanks. Clearly they know they're going to have to move the ball quicker and trying to open up and find pockets of space here, but every time they look up, that line of Wimbledon players across the back there is keeping it shaped so well that there's not many inroads for them to make here, Rob.
No, again, Wimbledon just keeping the ball in front. There's not much space between the lines, and as I said before, their style of football is not really about going in behind teams. So yeah, it's suiting us at the moment.
It's kind of a real eye-opener as well, as you say. I mean, you've got a Category 1 side here against Category 3 here, and it's interesting to see the different styles of play that are evolving here in this game. As you say, perhaps things that Spurs are not used to here that they're going to have to think about here tonight.
Yeah, I think that we're a little bit more pragmatic in our approach. If there's space in behind, we're trying to exploit it. Tottenham have a way of playing. They look to play between the lines. They want to play quick, fast, attractive football, and yeah, but it's got to have a purpose behind it.
Spurs in possession again here now, just on the edge of the centre circle. Over to the far side now through to Chiesa. To Cisse. Back with Craig. And again, it's just that play that where they have to sort of move it along the back line, and when they look up and they think they can find a bit of space, that Wimbledon line has moved just across as well to cover it as well, so they have to switch it back again. And it's out of play. Yet again, more frustration for Spurs as another loose ball goes out of play. Positive signs here again, even when Wimbledon aren't in possession. Here comes Kalanian.
I've got to say, Rob, I'm really pleased for this young man coming on now. Really pleased for him. He works so hard, he works tirelessly every day, and the way he's attacked his rehab is credit to Jenna Richards, because the work that she's done to get him out there tonight, it's a massive plus for not only the boys but for us as staff as well.
Yeah, and a really nice character as well, Isaac Kalanian. Good to see him out there, and he will play a part in this all-important FA Youth Cup tie here tonight. Making way was Quayne Bartley, who put in quite a shift himself, Rob.
Yeah, no, Q done really well. Obviously, he would have liked to have seen the ball further up the pitch, I'm sure, but the work he done defensively was key for the side. So, yeah, really good shift by him.
Floodlights on here in the second half now, really taking effect as this FA Youth Cup tie here on Wednesday night really starts to come to a boil as Spurs get the shot away. Through to Matthew Cox in the Dons' goal. Comfortable save for him there. Cox just calmly looks up as the players make their way over towards the halfway line. Sends the ball forward again. Just off central there, tries to find Chiabi. Flick forward by Mundle for Spurs. Ball goes loose through to Cox, who's got time to make the clearance but puts it up in the air. Ben Mason is there underneath it. So too is Alanian. An early touch of the ball for him through to Sutcliffe for Wimbledon. Now Frimpong over on the far side. Just taken away from Wimbledon there. From Adji Hirsch, Spurs get possession. Back to Craig. No time for either side to rest on this game here at the moment. It's moving still at quite a pace, even though it's goalless. It's entertaining stuff here this Wednesday evening. Besides just trying to find that opening here, and Wimbledon yet again giving a very good account of themselves here against a Category 1 side in this prestigious competition. Spurs again now with Devine. Over to Mundle, just on the halfway line. Sassu's there, so's to Alanian, the two substitutes that have come on for Wimbledon in this second half. Seems to be the Spurs way at the moment of just switching flanks, trying to look for opportunities, but the ball breaks loose here now. Now what can Wimbledon do with this? A real opportunity for them here.
Go on, Dills, take him on,
Still on Adji Hirsch on the edge of the box. Is he going to go himself? Comes off a Spurs player. Breaks for Frimpong though. Another chance for Wimbledon to have a go at this. Through to the edge of the box. Tried to find Sassu. Maybe that little bit more composure, Rob.
Yeah, again, I think obviously the way we're trying to do it, we're trying to hit them on the break at the moment, and there's then moments, and it's just trusting ourselves in their moments. Can we try and build a more sustained attack? But so far, really good. I'm sure James will be happy.
I think we're going to possibly see Santiago Alonso coming on for Spurs here. We're certainly readying a substitution here in this second half. So Santiago Alonso waits patiently in the technical area. Spurs, meantime, back in possession here again. Just around the centre circle area. Just retaining possession, keeping hold of the ball is Devine again. Over to Mundle. Yet again, it's just having to be patient play and just, when they get the ball, just keep possession and just flicking it from one side of the pitch to the other, trying to find an opening here. Trying to get through the middle now, but Wimbledon try and break through. Frimpong just trying to break up play here. Frimpong brought down, free kick sure for Wimbledon here. Signs of frustration for Tottenham. Perhaps that'll be the chance for them now to indeed introduce Santiago Alonso for Turin, who's seen quite a bit of play for Spurs tonight. One of their players seen off here now in the second half. Forced into a change now themselves. First change for them in this second half. And there'll be a free kick to Wimbledon when play resumes. Matthew Cox inside his area, in between area and halfway line, sends this ball forward, tries to find Ben Mason. Out of play again though, Wimbledon make advancements up the touchline here. Applauded by James Oliver-Pearce, more encouragement from him down in the technical area there with Jack Matthews. Some instructions there for his captain, Isaac Agunda. Mason, with number 52, hooks up into the feet of the newly introduced Alanian. Alanian off to Abdi Ali. And a good turn by him. What can he create here for Chiabi? On the edge of the box, good play by Wimbledon here. Frimpong, patient play as well, ball to feet. Chiabi, just tried to get it over to the far side to Haji Hershey. And come Wimbledon again, back to Chiabi.
Well played, Troy.
Now to Sasu. Just goes out there to newly introduced Santiago for Spurs, but they're keeping up the pressure here, Wimbledon.
Come on, press.
Spurs trying to fight their way out of their own box here now into Scarlett, of course, who's on a yellow card here now, up against the Wimbledon captain Agunda.
Great defending again by Isaac Agunda. He is having a fantastic game so far.
An impact early on from the newly introduced Isaac Alanian here. The game has just not allowed any time to rest here as Spurs having to get on with it. Now here comes Santiago Alonso for Spurs into Devine on the edge of the Wimbledon box, but he's got Isaac Agunda in close proximity to him. He's forcing him wide over to the far side for Tottenham. Banyo is over there on that far side and does extremely well. He's working for the ball here now. And it goes against Tottenham. Good work from Onabanyo. Wimbledon have got themselves a free kick right over on the far side, just outside the box there for Cox. And you can see the frustration growing here for Tottenham. It's going Wimbledon's way so far here, Rob. Just needs that opening goal. They've had the one chalked off already, but they're doing everything right here.
Yeah, it's a game that's definitely in the balance here. And all we've got to try and do is just try and have our spell. I think so far Tottenham have had their spell in the end of the first half, but this second half they haven't really threatened, and it's definitely been Wimbledon on top. But it's just about sustaining the period now where we can actually keep the ball and try and work that opening.
Dialli over on the far side now to Haji Hershey. Now what can he do with it this time? Trying to get to the edge of the area. Straight to the arms of the Tottenham goalkeeper. Abdi Ali, tell us a little bit about him, because he seems to be one of the unsung heroes there as well.
Yeah, Abdi goes about his business really quietly, but real technical midfielder, and has worked so hard. At the start of this season, I don't think anyone would have expected him to play such a massive part in this FA Youth Cup run, but he's been a mainstay in the side, and he deserves a lot of credit for the work that he's put in, not only at the training ground but away from the training ground as well. And yeah, we're really proud of him.
Absolutely, I've been impressed with him tonight. The tall figure of Abdi Ali wearing the number 54. Here comes Spurs again though, up against another one who's impressed me in the previous round there, Ben Mason. Spurs now with John, one of their young players with first team experience, as the ball threaded through here now to the edge of the box to their substitute. Santiago Alonso seeing a little bit of the ball here now since he's been introduced. Now over to John, to Devine, and yet again Spurs going from one side to the other here, trying to open Wimbledon up, trying to find a little bit of space to create something here. Craig tries to thread it through to Santiago Alonso, who keeps it just about, kept it in there towards the back post. He's overshot that one. That's going to go out of play over on the far side. A Wimbledon player just down in the area. There's a possible sign of cramp over there.
I think it's Dylan down at the moment.
Yeah. Matthew Cox, I think, will help him there, right over on the far side there, just stretch. Spurs planning to make another substitution here as well. It'll be Jamie Donnelly preparing to come on here. And whilst that's happening, James Oliver-Pearce just having a few words with Aaron Sasu as well, just on the touchline. As there's this stoppage in play, Dylan Aji-Hershey still getting a little bit of attention there. Jenna Richards out, just helping as well. It's a warm night here as well, isn't it, I suppose, as well on this big pitch for these youngsters.
It is, but you can see the character of this squad. Look at the Tottenham players. They want to come over to the bench and they want to get instruction from their coaches, but the Wimbledon players, they're self-managing. They're out there at the moment and they're looking to take control of this performance, and you can really see that their understanding has grown, and the way they are as young people now is absolutely superb. So you can see Isaac Gundere really getting his troops up for it, and it's great to see.
Certainly is. And Michael Craig, who was on a yellow card for Tottenham, his work for the evening is done. He's been substituted. Off he comes. Jamie Donnelly on for Tottenham. So that's down to one of the Craig brothers now left on the pitch, which makes life a little bit easier in terms of commentary as well, it has to be said. Dylan Aji-Hershey back up on his feet, which is good to see. And again, being an influential figure, and just whilst things are happening as well, we're waiting for Dylan Aji-Hershey to be reintroduced. Aaron Sasu is just, I think, giving some of the instructions there. That's been given by James Oliver-Pearce to the rest of the team. That's interesting, Rob. We've just seen James Oliver-Pearce having a word with Aaron Sasu there, and Aaron Sasu, just whilst there was that break in that play, I think perhaps just getting some of the instructions out there to the rest of the team, yeah?
Yeah, no, I think obviously with Dylan coming off, I think it's just a little bit of a reshuffle just while he's off. But Dylan's a fit lad. Dylan will come back on and still be a threat in this game, I'm sure.
No, absolutely. Local lad, been with us since the age of 11. Really good player as well, a really good prospect, Dylan Aji-Hershey. Back on again now, which is good to see. Socks slightly rolled down, a little bit of treatment, but looking to crack on here now. Wimbledon trying to find the opening in this game through Chiabi. Just holding the ball up well and does well here.
Really good play by Troy.
Ball forward by Aji-Hershey. Just overhit that one, maybe just because he's just had that little bit of treatment. Just trying to get his feet back as well here. Dylan Aji-Hershey goes behind for a goal kick to Tottenham. Second half of this FA Youth Cup fourth round tie here at Plough Lane on a Wednesday night, being live streamed to you on AFC Wimbledon TV, our club YouTube channel. Goalless in the second half. Wimbledon doing ever so well here again tonight, giving a really good account of themselves here, doing the club proud against a Category 1 side. It's Santiago Alonso, the newly introduced Tottenham player, onto the path of Divine. Over to Chiesa.
Again, Rob, the line of that back four, Ben Mason included, it's been absolutely brilliant. Ben Mason's patrolled that line really, really well.
Well, I've heard so much about him, of course, as well, his work ethic as well, when perhaps I think a lot of the players were celebrating that Youth Cup victory over Burnley in the previous round. He was still perhaps focused on doing his after-match work as well, just sort of staying focused, and he's so much committed to wanting to be a footballer for Wimbledon, yeah?
Yeah, no, he's a great lad, but I think we get caught up talking about his attitude and that, but his technical ability as well, and his qualities tactically and his knowledge of the game is absolutely superb as well. So yeah, it's not just a great attitude he's got real quality with it.
It's the views of Rob Tuvey, first team coach, joining us tonight on this live stream. Which, Wimbledon still goalless here with Tottenham Hotspur here, deep into the second half here now of this Youth Cup tie. Throw in two Spurs down by the corner flag. No, I think he's got a little bit further down the line there. I think he was slightly misjudged that one. Referee orders him to take it from the right spot there, Chiesa. For Tottenham, throw into them just down by the corner flag. To Divine on the edge of the box here. Tries to thread the ball through, headed up by Agunda. Now to Ali. Can Wimbledon break here again? Through to Aji-Hershey. He's got his legs back, tries to play it through for Chiabi. Just breaks loose down this near side for Muir for Tottenham. They play it out from the back here again through now Craig. Over to the far side for Tottenham. Still this game in, as I said, on a warm evening here in spring, being played at quite a pace here between both these sides. Goalless it may be, but entertaining it's been so far as well. Certainly not a cagey affair, a lot of work going on between these two sides here trying to find the opening. Wimbledon, I think, having the upper hand in his time. Frimpong goes in and makes the challenge here. Oh no. Uh-oh, he could be in trouble here, Kwaku Frimpong. Rob, what did you make of that?
Yeah, it was late. It was a late challenge. I don't think we can hide that. It's a late challenge. I don't think it's needed this, but I'm sure the boys will get him away. But that is a late challenge by Kwaku.
Well, we know what a committed character he is and what a hard-working midfielder he is as well, Kwaku Frimpong. There's a little bit of a fallout here between the two sides here as well. Now the referee want to break this up and have words here. Now, what's the referee going to do here? Just thinking about what action he's going to take here now, the referee. Firstly, he's called over Offie Devine, and a yellow card's been shown to him. So, I think it's a yellow card been shown to Alfie Devine there, Rob.
Yeah, I think for the reaction after the challenge, but yeah, no, listen, that is part of Kwaku's game. Listen, that's a missed-time challenge, and that's not a nice challenge, but yeah, obviously it's a part of his game that we don't want to take away from him.
The referee here, I think, is he going to allow play to continue without any further words here? He is indeed. Kwaku's been a little bit fortunate here, perhaps, Rob. A little bit fortunate for Kwaku there. Play continues.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he picked up a yellow card in the first half or not.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe, but
maybe it's because I'm used to him getting yellow cards.
Yeah. Well, certainly don't want to lose a player of his ability, and Wimbledon allowed to continue with a full complement here as well, as Devine is the one who picks up the yellow card, and a warning for Frimpong as Tottenham under pressure here again now. More encouragement from those of a Wimbledon persuasion here in the stands here tonight. They're allowed in as part of this bubble of the Wimbledon Academy. Throwing on the far side for the Dons, back to Onabanyo. He's done a sterling job having been brought into the side here tonight for Josh Hallard, who is here tonight watching, I think.
Go on.
And here comes Frimpong.
Go on.
Does it break for Adji Hershey? Ball is loose on the edge of the Tottenham area. Muir tries to bring it out though. He's being closed down by Adji Hershey. Oh, Ben Mason just slips, but Spurs retain possession. Knocked forward. Frustration for them though. Knocked out of play. Scarlett looks back at the ball, having been overhit there. Goes out of play. Throw into Wimbledon. Quickly retrieved by Wimbledon captain Isaac Agunda for Ben Mason to take.
I think again that shows that we want to get the ball back. We want to get the ball in play. It shows with 8 minutes to go that we really feel that we've got a chance to win this game now. We're not happy just taking it to extra time. The boys want to go and they want to have a go, and that's the mentality that we've got throughout the club.
Absolutely. It's what Wimbledon fans are going to be so pleased to hear and see as well. Hopefully if you tuned in tonight watching this one, you like what you see. It's the voice of our first team coach Rob Tuvey, who's worked with these lads for the first half of this season at under-18s level and now first team level. Of course preparing for that game on Good Friday against Plymouth Argyle, but tonight very much here supporting the young Dons in their quest to reach the 5th round again for a 3rd time. But in the meantime it's Spurs in possession with the substitute now over to Devine, who's just picked up a booking now into Kezu, tries to get the ball into the box. Chance for Spurs here. It's headed wide of Cox. Another opportunity where they had to move the ball quickly, but yet again fails to trouble Matthew Cox as we head towards the end of regulation time here. It remains goalless at Plough Lane between Wimbledon and Tottenham Hotspur in this 4th round tie. Real chance for Wimbledon here now. They've worked so hard here again this evening, just as they did in the tie against Burnley, as they have done this season. This group of players that have won a Youth Alliance League Cup and have made progress in this competition. Looking to impress first team head coach Mark Robinson, who's here tonight as well. Goes against Spurs here, free kick for the foul on Adji Hershey.
It's another moment, Rob, where we can really build momentum now, but the one thing you say about these boys, after all the experiences they've gone through, this high-pressure situation, it won't faze them. These boys don't know when they're beaten, they don't know when to give up, and that's the strength that we've got within the academy. So, no, it's really, really good.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was privileged to sort of come down and see a few of the preparations the other day, and just the, as I said in the first questions, the likes of Dylan Aji-Hershey and Kwaku Frimpong, no sign of nerves at all about excitement for this tie. They were up for this tie.
Yeah, no, it runs through the academy. We honestly believe we can compete with anyone in the country, and you can see it tonight, we're doing that.
Of course, the focus very much here on Tottenham, but a tie against West Brom or Cardiff awaits in the 5th round as Aji-Hershey with the free kick. Didn't quite come off for him there, what they planned with that set piece. Goes behind for a goal kick to Tottenham. Heading towards the end of normal time here now in this FA Youth Cup tie. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0. Can Wimbledon get the job done here and cause an upset in this FA Youth Cup competition for this season? Certainly built strong foundations within this tie. They've worked extremely hard here tonight. Tottenham really have troubled Matthew Cox here tonight. They've not really given him too much to think about, to be honest. He's dealt with what they have had to throw at him, which has been limited, it has to be said. Wimbledon having had better of the possession and the opportunities perhaps here. Certainly having had the ball in the net, of course, as well. A debatable offside decision, but they've not let that faze them. They've carried on working here. They're trying to see this tie through and book their passage in the 5th round. They've got a throw in now with Ben Mason down by the corner flag, down the line to Alanian. Now Abdi Ali challenging for it, working hard in midfield as he has done all evening. It's with John of Tottenham. Central midfield off to Devine, who we thought he would figure a lot more this evening in terms of attempts on goal, perhaps on Matthew Cox, but had to work hard for the Spurs side here as they just try and find an opportunity here. Real credit to Wimbledon in terms of perhaps how they've dealt with him and his play this evening.
Yeah, he's been everywhere, but everywhere we've made him play 70 yards from goal, so he's been at right back, centre back, left back, and you look at it and we've really nullified his threat tonight.
Absolutely. And you look at those little things around the pitch as well for Wimbledon, and that's another encouraging sign indeed in terms of causing Tottenham problems here, in terms of what they would have wanted to have done this evening. Cox with the clearance through to Aji-Hershey. Goes to ground, loses out to John. With
well done, Ben Mason.
Win it back. It's Isaac Alanian. Good ball from him. Laid off by Aji-Hershey.
Go on, Ice. Go on, Ice. Get him in the box.
Isaac Alanian on the edge of the box.
Well played, Isaac Alanian.
Good work from him.
Fantastic.
Wimbledon have got themselves a corner here.
This is what also we've missed from Isaac. His delivery from set plays is second to none. So hopefully this is going to be on the money and we can cause problems here.
Yeah, indeed. Corner for Wimbledon here now. What can they do in the closing stages of this Youth Cup tie? As Alanian stands over this one, wearing the number 88 shirt for the Dons. Now the delivery towards the back post. It's a little bit too deep, but Adebanyo's there to retrieve it on the far side. Now with Agunda to Frimpong. Wimbledon still working to try and win it over on the far side, but breaks for Abdi Ali.
Here we
now
go,
there's
counter.
a chance here now.
Shape.
And here they go again. It's a chance for Wimbledon. Oh, they've just put over the top there from the young Dons. Opportunity there. Yeah, goal kick to Tottenham from Onabanyo's shot there over the crossbar.
2 minutes to go now. I think, Rob, we both agree that young Dons have done really, really well, but I know that they will now go and push and try and get that winner.
Yeah, absolutely. They've worked so hard here this evening. They're so close to achieving their dream of this evening and making further progress in this competition, which they've worked so hard for.
It's a foul, isn't it?
Well, you'd think so. It's a chance for Tottenham here now. Flag up, though. About to see what time is going to be added on here as well. There's some dialogue down in the touchline as they prepare the overtime verdict tablet. Ball breaks loose here now for Chiabi.
Good, Troy. Excellent play, ref.
Foul against him. Free kick.
Come on, boys. Great play by Troy Chiabi there. I think the way he's used his body since he's gone up top, this is his natural position, and you can really see that he's really linked the game and connected the game really, really well.
Free kick to Wimbledon in the closing stages here of regulation time. Matthew Cox just short of the halfway line here. Forward now, can Wimbledon win it in the... Oh, it's just all the way through to his opposite number there. I was just going to say, can Wimbledon try and win this still in regulation time here now, but we're heading towards the conclusion of this game here in regulation time. Still goals between these two sides, Wimbledon having had a goal chalked off in the second half. Just the closing stages of this second half here now. Spurs in possession, having picked up another yellow card there as well, but I think for Donnelly. There's their substitution. Santiago Alonso.
Really good line again. I can't praise these boys defensively enough tonight. I think the work of the back four has been absolutely superb. And you look at that back four and you've got an under 16, 2 first years and a second year. Obviously the second year is our skipper. But yeah, the work of this young Dons team has been absolutely superb.
Yes, of course, up against a Category 1 side here and 2 experienced players as well who've had first team experience, the likes of Devine, who's had to play back as well at times for Tottenham, and Scarlett, who's been frustrated and had a yellow card. Real credit to this Wimbledon backline, as Rob has said. Free kick to Tottenham, again there. Still, we wait to see how much time's going to be added on here at the end of this second half. Free kick to Spurs. All sent forward again here now. I think we're going to get 5 added minutes here in the second half as well, by the looks of it. Not quite sure where they found 5 minutes from, but it's a couple of stoppages and substitutions, but there you go.
5 minutes for us to win the game, Rob. Don't worry about that.
Absolutely. I think it's Spurs who'll be looking for the game to finish as it is at the moment, because Wimbledon have done extremely well, looking to push to try and get the win in regulation time here. Spurs need to regroup and come up with some fresh ideas, but from Wimbledon's perspective, they just want to keep going here and see if they can finish the job in regulation time. Throw into the young Dons over on the far side. Flag up. A free kick to Wimbledon and Matthew Cox. Well, what an evening it's been here so far for the young Dons. Playing against a Category 1 side here in the 4th round of the FA Youth Cup. We're heading towards full time, and they're still very much in this tie. Cox with the free kick for Wimbledon.
Isaac Ogundere going up now. I think that shows where the mentality of this squad is.
Absolutely. Cox now sends this ball forward towards the edge of the box, but I think that's going to be a claim for... Oh, he's punched it. It's a bit of a nervy decision there from the Tottenham keeper and captain. It's going to come back at them through Mason. Sutcliffe. Actually, Hershey's there as well. Ball up in the air. Mannion now to Mason. And still pushing onwards here, trying to get the ball down and work it forward, but it's going to come back to Cox. Just calmly chests it down and plays it away over the halfway line. Throw into Tottenham. Signs of frustration still amongst this Tottenham side here as well now, as they know they're going to be forced to come up with some sort of answer here to win this tie, because at the moment it's Wimbledon who are on top here again, just as they were against Burnley in the previous round. A few tired legs out there, a few misplaced passes that Wimbledon have perhaps got to capitalise upon for Spurs as the frustration creeps in. Just played off the heels side of Mason there. Haji Hershey. Chiabi working for the ball here now on the halfway line. Through to Devine for Spurs. Ball breaks loose and Ben Mason's there just to cover it, just towards the corner flag. Goes down. Free kick to Wimbledon.
what a second half he's had, Ben Mason. He's been a real threat both going forward and defending, but his 1v1 defending has been excellent.
Yeah, I think Wimbledon fans really appreciate the work of Ben Mason. Certainly seems a Wimbledon player for the future. Great, as we've been talking about, not just his work ethic, but what he does do as well on the pitch. And his attitude. Real Wimbledon character player. Ben Mason here, ball out of play. Getting towards full time here now. 5 minutes of time added on here at the end of the second half. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0. This live stream for you here on Wednesday evening from Plough Lane. FA Youth Cup 4th round action. Another night of drama here involving the young Dons, and they've really played their part in this Youth Cup tie here.
Even getting texts here, Rob, from former Wimbledon players, first team players, just talking about the back line and the work of the back four, just saying how it's been a joy to watch. And I think that anyone watching tonight, you have to credit the work of James and Jack, but also of these young players. That's a young back line out there for Wimbledon, and they're missing key players like Luke Jenkins, who will just add to the quality of this back four as well. But they're just their never say die attitude has been there to see.
Well, as you said, I mean, Josh Hallard right down to yesterday, and Rennie Onabanyo has come in and done a fantastic job. Here come Wimbledon again now with Alanian.
Corner ball. This is it, Rob.
This could be it for Wimbledon. Real opportunity if they can get the delivery right on this one. What an opportunity here now for Wimbledon. Isaac Alanian prepares to take this corner for the young Dons.
Just take your time, lads. Compose yourself, make sure the delivery's right and cause chaos.
Gunder's there, so too is Aji Hershey. There's players on the goal line as well around the Tottenham keeper. Alanian now sends it in towards the near post, hooked up into the air. Does he get another go at this?
Oh, it's a corner, ref.
Referee's blown. So, looks like we're heading towards extra time here, Rob.
Yeah, no. I think so far, Rob, you can't help but almost fall in love with these young players because, yeah, I think as someone who's worked with them, I'm really, really proud of them, both as players and as young men, as I said before. But also, I think that just their desire and their heart and that, and look at them coming off. They're disappointed that they're coming off with a draw, and that's just testament to the work that James and Michael and Robbo and everyone and Jenna has put into the academy. So no, really, really good.
Yeah, you know so much about these players. As you say, you can't help but be attached to them. You've worked with them, of course. You know so much of them, not just from the 18s, but from earlier ages as well. And this is the culmination of a lot of work here, and one person who's going to be extremely busy now trying to get some life back into those tired legs, particularly for Dylan Aji Hershey. There is sports scientist Jenna Richards, Rob.
Yeah, no, I know that, well, Jenna's really experienced in terms of FA Youth Cup and has done this before. I remember the night down at Watford and the work that she done there, and you look at us in extra time and there only looked like one winner. But this is the work that we've done throughout the season as well. You look at the injured boys out there, they're driving them. This is a culture at this football club. This is how we've got to go. You've got players driving this at the moment. James's job is really, really easy. He looks like the calmest man out there at the moment, and it's because the players are driving it. And if we can get players driving this culture, that's the only way that we can see success in the future.
Just tell us a little bit as well about his assistant there, Jack Matthews, who's made this step up as well. He's fitted in well there, yeah?
Yeah, no, so Jack's our lead foundation phase coach. So he looks after the 7s to 12s. Fantastic coach. His 1v1 coaching is absolutely second to none, and his attention to detail is superb. So yeah, no, it's a really good partnership. Jack's been with us for a few years now. But yeah, no, I'm really, really pleased for these boys, and I know that coming into extra time, they'll be the ones that will be running Tottenham off, because the work that they've done, both in the off season when we couldn't train, they were out there running. They've earned this, and this is why we work hard. This is why we train as we play. This is why we do all the hard yards. So it's credit to the work of not only Jenna and Liam that are out there, but Will Rose, who's with us before. It's credit to them guys as well, because this is where their work will be seen.
Anthony Ferguson's gone down there as well, of course, Academy head of coaching. And what would James be saying around now to them, you think, from after that?
Again, I'm looking at it, James is asking them. They seem like they're doing all the talking, the boys, which is absolutely brilliant. I think he'd be just saying, same again, stay together and just stick to the game plan.
And just as we are as well, we're spying over the Tottenham dugout as well. We've got a really good view of that. What do you kind of make of the body language and the atmosphere amongst Tottenham there?
Well, you look at our boys. All our boys are on their feet. They're talking. They're vibrant. And Tottenham players are all slumped into a dugout here. So, yeah. Listen, I'm not saying they're a beaten bunch because they're full of talented young players, and I'm sure they can hurt you if given the opportunity. But I think they're shell-shocked. I don't think they would have expected to go this far. But yeah, this is what we do. We're Wimbledon, and we feel that we can beat anyone.
So we're moving into extra time here now, as this very impressive AFC Wimbledon Academy FA Youth Cup run yet again takes centre stage here. And what a stage it is as well here now under the lights of Plough Lane. We're going into extra time here now, and Wimbledon have got a real chance of progressing and equalling the record that they've already produced, of course, of reaching the 5th round previously in 2016, 2017, giving a Category 1 side here a real run for their money here. 30 minutes of extra time coming your way live this evening in this live stream here from Plough Lane. Tottenham fans as well, you're tuned in as well probably, watching your side, and it's trying to remain impartial here, but
yeah, apologies about that.
Wimbledon have done a fantastic job here this evening. It has to be said, they've given Tottenham a real run here so far, and they're not done yet. Far from it. Wimbledon have been on top of this, and it's going to be some changes for Tottenham as well here, I think. That is Dane Scarlett's evening done, of course. A very frustrating evening for him. One of the real focal points of this Tottenham side. And Jordan Hackett has come on for Spurs. So what does that say, Rob, if the fact that Dane Scarlett, of course, who got 5 goals in the previous round, and of course, as I said, one of those players with first-team experience, yellow card for him, his evening is done.
Yeah, I know that he played 45 yesterday for England under 17, so I'm sure that's a factor in it as well. But again, I think it's just credit, because Ethan Sutcliffe and Isaac Ogunde have kept him quiet all night, and there's not many defences in the country that have done that this season.
Yes, indeed. Really good work from them now, and revitalised and to push on here into 30 minutes of extra time here. Can Wimbledon find the opening that would see them and book them placed into the 5th round here, or do we go on to a penalty shootout? It's 30 minutes away yet. First half of this extra time here underway now under the lights of Plough Lane in this. Once you start to see it as well now under the lights from up here as well, Rob, it takes on even more impressive surroundings, doesn't it, really? We're going to have some special nights here when we get this place full and get the fans back in, aren't we?
100%. Yeah, and I think this is a massive special night for the boys, but also for the fans at home watching. These boys want to play in front of you, so yeah, I can't wait to welcome the fans back. But ultimately, when you look at this stadium, it's just a first-class stadium.
Yeah, it really is now. A lot of the scaffolding and so on, building work around the flats that were on the outside of this stadium since it's been built have now started to come away as well in the rejuvenated area around here for many years to come, with this impressive stadium now really taking centre stage here and staging it one of its first occasions here tonight as AFC Wimbledon's Academy is giving a really good account of itself here into extra time here against a Category 1 side here, and with a real chance of progressing to the 5th round if they can finish this off. Spurs in possession now over on the far side. To Chiesa, out to Muir for Tottenham, just on the halfway line. Tries to thread it through, but Alabanio's worked so well this evening since he's come into the side was there. Spurs forced wide. Sutcliffe goes in for the challenge.
Again, you see the frustration of them Tottenham players.
Credit to Sutcliffe as well there, because he backed straight off there. I think you saw the frustration on the Tottenham faces, and Sutcliffe wasn't having any of it, got straight back to his position.
Calmest player I've ever worked with.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, one of the players who has had a touch of first-team experience being around that is Ethan Sutcliffe, and if he keeps up playing the way that he is, you may be looking to him again soon, Rob, in terms of getting him involved on the bench towards the end of the season, young Ethan Sutcliffe. Meantime, though, back here tonight, he's got work to do here as Spurs trying to get the ball into the box again here. Onabanyo tries to make the clearance, shot goes in, but it's straight at Matthew Cox.
Probably the best chance of the game, Rob, that clearance from Remy, and that could be tired legs. Remember, he's a young man, probably never played in extra time. But this is, I remember Remy 2 years ago coming on tour with me and playing in these type of pressure games. So it's something that he's used to and something we promote throughout the academy. This is why we go on tours, so games like this, pressurised environments, so the boys can lean on all different experience throughout their academy life.
Well, that's the thing, if you're ever fortunate to make your way up to the academy room at the training ground and you see all those pennants and cups and things that you've won over the years, that's where a lot of these players have been built and come through for nights like this, Rob, isn't it?
Yeah, this is why we do tours, this is why we try to give the boys a varied games programme for nights like tonight, so when they are in pressurised environments, and they can lean on them experiences.
Breaks over to the far side there, and Isaac Agunda just seeing it through to Matthew Cox, plays it out to Mason over on the far side. Mason being closed down, but calm on the ball again, over to Sutcliffe. He's got Banyo to the side of him now, on the ball here now. Works the ball through to
a great touch.
Adji Hershey. Foul goes against Spurs there. A foul on Adji Hershey and a free kick to Wimbledon. Into extra time here in the first half. Wimbledon 0, Tottenham 0. Wimbledon, of course, having had the ball in the net in the second half, chalked off though by the referee. Ball through here now, through to the Tottenham keeper and captain. It rolls it out to Cisse for Tottenham. Back to the remaining Craigs of the brothers that were still involved in this match tonight. Matthew Craig. Spurs just keeping possession inside their own half, spreading it over to the far side. And Sasu, who came on in the second half, over there as well. Forward by Muir. Tries to set Cisse away, and overshot again. Yet again, as we've seen as this half has worn on during the evening. Frustration for Tottenham there. Throw in for Wimbledon. It's just seeing Paris locked down there. And, well, looks like possibly we might be seeing Paris lock in the second half for the Dons. We shall see. This extra time that we're into here now. It's the 16-year-old, the goal scorer against Burnley. And here's John for Tottenham. Forced to play it back to Muir. Wimbledon, just as they showed right from the first half here, keeping that line, keeping that shape across the pitch, and forcing Tottenham to switch flanks and just trying to find opening and spaces again. We kind of reverted back to that again with Tottenham, haven't we, again?
Yeah, again, I just don't think the possession's hurting us at the moment, but Wimbledon are starting to get slightly deeper, so I'm sure you'll start to see James and Jack just driving the boys up the pitch slightly more, just to make sure that we're creeping and we're not sitting on Coxey's toes, and just got to stop giving away silly free kicks like that.
Yeah, but worked really hard here this evening. Isaac Alanian a little bit disappointed there. Free kick to Tottenham. Just back off here now. It's not a rare set-piece opportunity for Tottenham here, who, as I said, have been having to move the ball from flank to flank at times here now, and they've got a free kick opportunity. Sent forward by Mundle, only onto the head of Alanian.
Out the box.
Shot goes in, but that's an easy gather for Matthew Cox. Yet again, and as you say, Rob, you don't mind them shooting from that distance because Matthew Cox is going to eat them up all day long, isn't he?
Yeah, no, it takes something special to beat him from there, for sure.
Cox with possession here now, looks to make the clearance high into the night sky here at Plough Lane. Headed on by Sasu, now Ben Mason over on the far side. Opportunity for Wimbledon, crossed into the box here.
Yes!
Adji Hershey there! Oh,
that was in!
What a chance for Wimbledon. Dylan Adji Hershey. Saved by the Tottenham keeper, and it's a corner for Spurs.
What a ball in by Ben Mason.
Yes, indeed, Ben Mason there with the ball in. Adji Hershey with a header. And Wimbledon have got a corner out of this here now. They're edging closer. Isaac Alanian goes over to take it. Really well worked here in this first half of extra time. Corner in now from Alanian towards the back post. It's going to go all the way through. Onabanyu there is going to win it back for the Dons. He's got Adji Hershey for support. Now, can he get the ball into the box? He does. Towards the back post. Saved by the Tottenham keeper. Great move that from Wimbledon though, Rob.
Yeah, I think we've got to credit the keeper. That's a great save. Dylan's done everything right. He's headed the ball down. Yeah, he's done everything right.
Spurs planning another substitution here as well. Great name coming on for Spurs here now. Well, interesting as well, of course, the player going off here. They've seen off another player as well. We've talked about Dane Scarlett. They've now seen off Alfie Devine as well. Real credit for Wimbledon here. Frustration for Spurs here as they bring on the Dante Casanova. Great name.
What's the name that is?
Sorry, Spurs fans. Casanova with the free kick for Spurs there. Ball forward now for Mundle. Chance for Spurs here. Central shot goes away. Oh, and that's the opening goal for Tottenham against the run of play. And Spurs have the lead. Shot past Matthew Cox. Oh, it's real frustration. A chance down one end for Wimbledon to open the scoring. And after all the work that they've done, they've just got to rally again here now in extra time.
Yeah, it's the one time they've got in behind our fullbacks, and it's a great finish. Nothing that Coxey can do about that. But the boys, as I said before, the one thing this squad has got is character. So and they've proven that they can hurt this Tottenham side. So with chances. So yeah, I'm sure the boys will bounce back.
I think that's Donloy as well who's got the goal, isn't it? He's on the yellow card. He's opened the scoring here for Tottenham, the substitute. And Spurs have the lead, and well, for all the work that Wimbledon have shown here this evening, and so close to getting the opening goal just moments before that through Dylan Aji-Hershey, pulling off the save there from the Tottenham keeper. Spurs down the other end, Donnelly with a chance, putting it past Matthew Cox. And it's the Category 1 side, you'd have to say, really, against the run of play who have the lead, but this is a real test of this character amongst this Wimbledon side here. They'll stay positive, they'll try and get back in this. They've worked so hard for their opportunity here this evening to make progress, but this has given Spurs a kind of a second wind here now as Donnelly tries another shot on the Wimbledon goal here now. The substitute and the goal scorer lays it back to Craig, and all of a sudden Spurs playing with their tails up again after they really needed something in this tie, and they've got the opening goal here through to Casanova for Spurs. Back to Muir. What would James Oliver-Pearce be saying in this situation here now, Rob?
I think just dig deep and just go again. I think that he's going to make a sub here with Paris Locke coming on, and that'd be an attacking change. But obviously see it into half time and extra time, and then see if we can really have a good go in the last bit. But these boys have got running in their legs, so I'm sure that they can cause problems. And I think it's fair to say that goal was against the run of play.
Definitely. And the hero of the last round will Paris come on and lock the Spurs defence in extra time here and get Wimbledon back into this time. It's a lot into this tie. It's a lot to expect to this young 16-year-old, but he's coped so well with the attention he's had in the aftermath of the Burnley game. Will he be able to influence things in this extra time here in this game now as a
well
foul
done,
on
Quaku.
Frimpong?
Excellent, really good, really good.
It's a chance for Wimbledon here with a set-piece opportunity.
Just need to take care on the delivery, take our time, get the quality of delivery right, and I'm sure if it drops in the right area, we can get bodies in there.
AFC Wimbledon 0, Tottenham Hotspur 1 into extra time here in this FA Youth Cup 4th round tie here, being live streamed to you this evening from Plough Lane. Wimbledon have a free kick in the first period of extra time here. And they're going to make the substitution before they take this, possibly. Paris Locke is being readied here. I think that may happen after the free kick. Alanian with the free kick into the box. Aji-Hershey's there. Through to the keeper. Appeals perhaps there, Rob.
He's getting pulled there. He's getting pulled there, Rob.
Yeah, it's gone for Wimbledon there as well, unfortunately. Spurs break again through Mundle. Played back tidily by Alanian to Cox. Cox now under a little bit of pressure here. Just calmly gets the ball away, though, into Aji-Hershey. Spurs a little bit more revitalised now. They had to come up with something to get into this tie. Donnelly, fair play to him, the substitute has come on, has given them that, but Wimbledon working so hard. We're going to get the substitution here in a minute as well. With the ball out of play, is Paris Locke going to come on? He is indeed. And is it going to be Abdi Ali coming off here?
Yeah, he's been absolutely superb tonight.
I'd agree with you on that. Massively impressed with him as well. He's worked so hard in this tie, Abdi Ali. But now it's the man who captured the headlines, Paris Locke, who Posted just before kick-off here earlier this afternoon, just out of school and excited to get down here for this cup tie. What an attitude.
Yeah, I think we've got to remember these boys have been all in college today or at school today as well. So to keep their focus all day and now come out and put a performance in like this is credit to them.
Fresh legs, the 16-year-old Paris Locke introduced here now as well. Wimbledon trailing by 1-0, very much against the run of play into the first period of extra time here in this fourth round FA Youth Cup tie under the lights of Plough Lane. Ball knocked forward by Tottenham. Sutcliffe's under that. Great header from him. Ethan Sutcliffe working so hard here as well. Wins the header, wins a free kick as well. And yet again, Matthew Cox ushers his troops forward over the halfway line as Wimbledon go in search of an equaliser here in extra time. Players going over to the far side there in front of the Rye stand here at Plough Lane. Cox just takes his time. Is he going to send this one forward now? Into the box, deep into the box here. Tottenham keeper makes a decision on this occasion and clutches it to his chest, falls to the ground, just to eat up a few more seconds.
I think James will be disappointed with the delivery of our dead balls today. It's just not been quite there, either over hit or into the wrong areas, and that's something that we just got to get a little bit of composure on. When we do get them moments, just take a couple of more seconds and just make sure it's in the right area.
Of course, your colleague from first team level, Andy Parslow, another interested spectator here tonight as well.
Yeah, definitely, and I think he's had discussions with James in the preview for this. There's a lot of set plays that we've had throughout the season that me and James worked on in the summer. So, yeah, obviously, like again, it's another set piece here, and it's about hitting the right area to allow us to attack.
Kwaku Frimpong, usually, as we see, as the socks rolled down now as the tie goes on, he's worked, he's grafted again here. Getting a little bit sore there, but he's going to run this one off, walk it off as he has to.
Yeah, I think you have to drag him off this pitch tonight, Rob.
Yeah, I wouldn't be the person who's going to do that. Real competitor he is. Cox now with a free kick in. Well, the Tottenham keeper again clutches it, but disappointing delivery again, yet again. Another squandered chance perhaps there.
Yeah, a little bit better. We got a bit of contact on the ball there, which is good, but yeah, I think the goalkeeper's got a problem here.
I'm just wondering in terms of...
Just look at the reaction of the Wimbledon players here, Rob. As soon as the ball's gone dead, look at them, straight in together. That's the togetherness that they've really grown with this year.
2 added minutes at the end of this first half of extra time. It's just seen Tottenham take the lead at last. The deadlock broken in this tie. 15 minutes ahead of us still, of course, as well for Wimbledon to find a response here. A deserved response as well if it were to come from their efforts this evening. But at the moment, it is the Category 1 side who have the lead. As we head towards half-time here, it's going to be time added on. There'll be even further time added on here as well for the treatment to the Tottenham goalkeeper and captain, Notalala. But Wimbledon had their little on-pitch conference there just before we head towards the break at half-time. And how they're going to try and muster up and come up again and find an equaliser response to Tottenham here, who lead by 1-0 heading towards half-time here in extra time. Looking to restart play here now. Finally, the referee drops the ball back to the Tottenham keeper. Play back underway again. There'll be a little bit more time added on here at the end of this first half of extra time. Spurs in possession, ball knocked forward all the way through to Matthew Cox. Side foots it out to, just overshot there, and Dylan Aji-Hershey. Ball goes out of play, throw into Spurs. Darkness all around Plough Lane here now, but lit up superbly, this new stadium this evening. But at the moment it's the visitors this evening, Tottenham, who have the lead through substitute Jamie Donnelly's goal in this first half of extra time. Frimpong now for Wimbledon into Chiabi. It's Spurs to have bodies around the Wimbledon players here, but Chiabi battling for the ball here, backed up by Aji-Hershey. Wimbledon competing here, wanting to get on with it. Aji-Hershey just got to keep his cool here. Quickly takes the throw in, tries to find Paris Locke.
Great throw. Corner, come on, Don. Come on, Dons.
This would be a good time to score, right, just before half-time, if we could find it, Rob.
Definitely. I think any time's a good time to score at the moment. But yeah, again, it's another set piece. Stills has just got to take his time, make sure the delivery's on point. It's into a good area, and we've got the right people to attack it.
Adji Hershey now. He's come so close to giving Wimbledon the lead here initially just before Tottenham scored. Signals for this corner. Set-piece opportunity for Wimbledon. Deep into the first half of extra time. Ball in now, near post, headed in. It's just gone over the crossbar. And it's gone against Wimbledon, I think, there. Free kick to Tottenham. As we head towards half-time and extra time here. They've worked so hard this evening, this young Wimbledon side. 15 minutes still to keep their FA Youth Cup dreams alive for another season. 15 minutes to try and equal past achievements. Of course, they'd have to get back on level terms and then try and win this game, whether that be in extra time or if they could force it from extra time into penalties as well. But at the moment, we trail by a 1-0 as we head towards half-time. In this 30 minutes of added time, in this tie after it finished goalless, and that is indeed half-time here in extra time. And Roberts Spurs, who've broken the deadlock just shortly before Wimbledon had a great opportunity through Dylan Adji Hershey.
Yeah, it probably came against the run of play. I think Tottenham did control the first parts of that half, but Wimbledon during that spell, I think the goalkeeper's made a great save from Dylan's header. But yeah, you look at it and you do go that it shows that we can hurt this Tottenham side. So there's opportunities there for us to do it. I think it's the boys got 15 minutes now, and it's now getting their experience, sticking together and making sure that they stick to the game plan that James and Jack have set.
It's the views of first-team coach Rob Tuvey, who knows these players so well. Academy manager Michael Hamilton down there as well now with James Oliver Pearce. All the academy staff as well at this level. It's a real team effort down there helping out, trying to get those legs moving again. Yet again, Jenna Richards working with Dylan Adji Hershey, who's been a real influence for Wimbledon here again tonight. Obed Jaboa, as he said, he put in a real shift, and she's worked with him as well to get him ready for this tie. He's still down there as part of this group. Injured players, coaching staff, support staff, all playing their part in trying to get Wimbledon ready for this second half of extra time, Rob.
Yeah, no, you can see there, James, but it means so much to everyone of these boys. For some of these boys, they're going in, and at the moment they're having a team talk that could be their last 15 minutes of FA Youth Cup experience of their careers. So it means a lot to these boys, and I know that they will leave nothing out there now.
Yes, of course, it is a key stage in the season and in their careers as well. As you say, some of these players will go on and eventually earn professional deals with Wimbledon, but of course, such is the way that is football. Decisions need to be made, and young players as well, big moments for them. Could be that even if they don't make it with Wimbledon, they've really given a good account of themselves here tonight for whatever the future holds for them, Rob.
Definitely, I think the one thing we ask is every time a player pulls on that badge that they do it justice, and I think every single one of these boys has done that badge justice tonight.
Yes, indeed. There's a lot of hardcore Wimbledon fans tuned in tonight who would have loved to have been in this stadium, this stadium under normal circumstances. I mean, there's talk about the fact that maybe we'd have had 4,000 in here tonight. I'd have gone higher than that. I think we'd have had the atmosphere and the interest from Spurs, but I think the Wimbledon demand to get in here tonight, I think it would have been, what, 6,000-7,000 maybe you could have probably called upon here for this one tonight, a tie of this magnitude.
No, definitely. The support that the fans give these young boys in the academy is we're so grateful for it, and we know how much it means to them to see their homegrown players in the first team, and that's something that we want to keep producing.
Spurs just perhaps trying to steal a bit of a march there in the start of the second half here. Troy Chiabi just...
That's some false start, that, Rob.
Just a bit, isn't it? Referee on top of this one. We shall start again here. Spurs with the goal advantage here at the start of the second half. They lead by a 0-0. Ball pumped forward here now, through to the goal scorer, Donnelly. Spurs in possession through John. Ball knocked forward, and that's going to be wider. Matthew Cox won't trouble him there in the early stages of the second half here. What would you say now in terms of, Robert, just got to be bold, just got to go for it? Yeah, really, you've done so hard and you've done so well in this tie. You're still alive in it. Just push for trying to get this equaliser, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. I think that as the game keeps getting deeper into time, then the boys will have to take more risks for sure. But the work that they've done so far, we've seen that they're a threat. I don't know how he's giving that to Spurs, by the way.
More activity on the Wimbledon bench here. Now we're going to see Ibrahim Bangura as well, a player you know a lot about, wearing the number 8 shirt, possibly coming on here.
Yeah, so Ibs could play as a left back or a centre mid, and now it's never a foul. And under 16 will be a scholar next season. So really energetic midfielder, box to box, and really, really exciting.
You see the name when you go into the academy room. You see the different age groups and the names pinned up on different boards. And Bangura, that's a name that kind of rings a bell. I've seen the name there as well in the past, so he's getting his chance this evening, possibly.
Yeah, no, Ibs joined us at under 13s age group. And has really, really progressed.
To wait a little bit longer for his introduction into this as play gets back underway again. Here at Plough Lane, live streamed here tonight on a Wednesday evening for you. Spurs leading by 1-0. But Wimbledon really having played their part in this tie. Ball knocked forward again here. Ball out of play, and finally Bangura is probably going to get his chance to get involved in this in the second half of extra time here. It'll be young Remy Onabanyo who's put in such a shift, called in at late notice, of course, for Josh Hallard. What a tie this young man has had this evening, Rob.
No, Remy's been absolutely superb. I think that the work that he's done as an under-16, he's literally found out last night that he's in this starting lineup. So he's had to go to school today with all that excitement and stick to a game plan. He's done himself and his family really, really proud tonight.
Yeah, great story that, as you say, so many of these young lads having been at school and in education as well today, and particularly for coming into a game under this sort of spotlight as well here at Plough Lane against Tottenham. Credit to the young man.
Go on,
more for him. Trying to thread the ball through for Sasu there.
Come on, boys.
Now, so all Wimbledon can do here now is start to try and ask the question here, really try and push Spurs'
Look at Crane
here.
Bartley behind that goal. This is what it means to these young men. You've got subs all scattered all around this pitch at the moment, trying to get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Yeah, great work ethic and team group atmosphere amongst these players here now. Acting as a real cheerleader and a ball boy as well there, Quayne Bartley behind the goal. Trying to urge them on here. Isaac Alanian just stretching before he takes this one.
Again, hasn't played football for a long, long time at the moment, but just his work effort to get out here tonight.
Alanian now tries to send this one in. Central here, chance, Spurs keep the punches. Still haven't got it clear. Ben Mason now tries to recycle it towards the back of the area. Flag up from the referee, but play continues. And Spurs the advantage. They break now. Trying to break quickly here. And cut out well by Wimbledon. Marshall back to Cox. Wimbledon trying to just get things moving and get going again here. Trying to force the issue in the time remaining in the second half of extra time. Knocked forward by Gunder.
Go on, Ibs.
Here comes the substitute.
Go on, Ibs. Take him on.
The young Wimbledon substitute over on the far side. Into the centre. Oh, Chiabi just missed kick there. Tries to chest it down. Spurs trying to get it clear. Pressure from Frimpong, playing with the socks around the ankles yet again. Kwaku Frimpong. Ball knocked forward, and he onto the head of Sutcliffe, who's been absolutely rock steady at the back tonight for Wimbledon. Spurs player goes down here. Frustration for Wimbledon here, of course. They're leading by 1-0. Rob, what do you make of that?
It's just not a foul, Rob.
No, it's not. It's a little bit of gamesmanship here and towards already the second half of extra time here now. Just going to eat up a bit more time.
Well done, Remy.
Great work from Remy Onabanyo, just making his way back into the stand here now. Real shift from that youngster tonight. Another stoppage in play here, of course. All this time will be added on towards the end of the second half of extra time here. Spurs leading by 1-0. Stoppage in play here, though. Injury over on the far side, back up on his feet. Is Cisse of Tottenham. Makes his way off to the touchline over on the far side before he can come back on. Play will restart for a free kick to Tottenham over on the far side. Just short of the halfway line. Back underway here again at Plough Lane under the lights. Spurs leading by a goal to nil now with Muir in possession for Tottenham, being closed down by Aaron Sasu. Back with
this
the
is
Tottenham
where you'll
keeper.
see start taking risks now. We'll start to press higher. We'll start to try and win the ball higher.
Makes sense. I think they've got to really here now, and they're capable of doing it. But of course, they don't want to leave themselves too exposed at the back after all the good defensive work for the rest of the evening. They've got to get back here now as Spurs on the attack here now, working their way into the box.
Oh,
Substitute, good work from him. Shot goes in, but blocked by Wimbledon here. It's the Spurs substitute, Santiago Alonso, trying to get in there. Another chance for Tottenham here again. Just marshalled it back there carefully into the hands of Cox as Wimbledon try.
Great play by the winger there.
To distribute the ball quickly here now onto Sasu, but just glanced it off and goes off for a throw into Tottenham. Can Wimbledon come up with an equaliser in extra time here for all their efforts this evening? It's a throw into Tottenham, of course, who will be protecting that goal lead, which says a lot for Wimbledon's efforts here this evening. They will eat up a few more seconds in time of retrieving the ball for the throw-in here. Headed down by Mason to Aji Hershey. Frimpong battling for it as ever, but it breaks for the Spurs substitute, Santiago Alonso. He goes to ground. It's a free kick to Tottenham. They foul on Alani and on Santiago Alonso there. Free kick to Spurs. John standing over this one for Tottenham. And they will, of course, eat up as much time as they can here now. Now back with Muir along the back line, but Wimbledon looking to press and to try and win the ball back here. Ball played out again to the skillful Santiago Alonso, making inroads again here. Mason tries to close him down. Ball into the box, chance for Tottenham, and they put it over the bar. That was a real chance there, and the substitute for Spurs there, Santiago Alonso, seeing a lot more down this side as well, being effective. But here come Wimbledon again here now.
Yeah, be consistent, man.
Troy Chiavi, foul on him there, frustration for Wimbledon here, and it's allowed Spurs the chance to counter-attack and break here over on the far side. Things opening up here in the second period of extra time here. Spurs leading by a goal to nil here at Plough Lane. Can Wimbledon find the equaliser? At the moment, they've got to get the ball back. It's over with Spurs over on the far side. Just got to be patient. They've got to wait for the opportunity to come for them. Spurs trying to retain possession over there. They're trying to find a way back here. Spurs in possession here again. Back with Frimpong. Now Mason. Now Frimpong again. Over to Sutcliffe. Impressed a lot of you, I should think, tonight with his display out there. Now to Cox. Cox looks up, tries to place it forward. Tried to find Chiabi, but Sasu there as well, but it breaks for Tottenham. Spurs in possession again here. Coming through the middle now. They lead by a goal to nil. It's Wimbledon who need to find the equaliser here in the time remaining. The second period of extra time. This gallant Wimbledon effort. Will it be rewarded here? Spurs players down here again now. Hopefully the referee will be adding time on here towards the end here, Rob, taking into account all this.
Yeah, he's got to, surely. It's got to be 4 or 5 added on.
Another stoppage in play here now. Just takes the wind out of the sails of Wimbledon as they try and push and search and be positive and look for this equaliser here. Back underway again with Muir. To Craig, and now over on the far side again for Spurs. Flag up for Tottenham. They want to get this one back quickly. No mucking around. Get the spare ball, just get play going again here. Cox rolls it out, looks to take it quickly, rolls it forward. Referee's just perhaps the linesman keeping an eye that he spots it up at the correct position. Cox signals. Needs to distribute this accurately here. What can Wimbledon come up with in the closing stages of extra time here tonight under the lights of Plough Lane? Will there be a dramatic twist yet for the Dons? Spurs in possession here again now, back with the Spurs substitute, Santiago Alonso. It's developing into a real battle here between him and Ben Mason, skillful player. Now back to John for Tottenham. Shot goes in, that's going to be well wide and high. And Matt Cox will just go and grab whatever ball he can get from behind the goal as quickly as possible and try and get it back into play off one of those plinths there behind the goal. Just want to get going here, just searching for this equaliser for Wimbledon. Oh, now maybe a little bit too hurried there as Spurs get possession back here again. Donnelly with the goal scorer. Oh, and it's a shot and there's a chance, and that's the second goal for Tottenham, and it's Mundle. And maybe the distribution there for Wimbledon a little bit quickly. Ball positioned back to Spurs, and Mundle finishing there. And that, you probably have to say now, Rob, as hard as it is to say, that is Wimbledon's FA Youth Cup hopes perhaps for another season there.
Yeah, the boys look very tired out there at the moment. I think that it's a good goal by Tottenham, and obviously I'm absolutely gutted for these young men because they've put their heart and soul into this tonight and throughout the rounds. And yeah, they're very unfortunate to concede a second goal. I think that if it was to be decided by the odd goal, then I would understand that. But yeah, you look around the stadium at the moment and you've got boys like Julian Sarmiento Ramirez down there who's got his head in his hands because he knows that his opportunity to play in this competition is probably over, and I feel for boys like that.
How much will that goal that was chalked off for Wimbledon now be a talking point, do you reckon, after this when we reflect upon it?
Yeah, I think obviously it will be a talking point, but the boys are a very honest bunch. They probably want to see the goals that they conceded before they see the what could have been. So yeah, that's just the way they are and the way they're brought up.
Well, there is still time left in this game, and the way that these young players are and the way that they've been brought up, they won't say die yet. They're going to keep searching. Shot goes in from Adji Hershey, breaks loose here in the box. You never know in this situation if they could claw one back. This time is ticking out here. They need a response here. They need to get one back here to try and get a footing. Just to build upon here and make it a bit of a dramatic finish, but it's Spurs with the 2-goal lead through Donnelly and Mundle that are edging towards the 5th round here, and a home tie against either West Bromwich Albion or Cardiff, despite this hugely gallant effort from this bunch of Wimbledon youngsters here tonight yet again, who I'm sure has impressed a lot of you at home tuned in for this live stream of this broadcast. Spurs in possession though, with Muir, goes crossfield, tries to find Santiago Alonso. Well, it has to be said, has made quite a bit of a difference since he's come on for Spurs. Up against Mason here. Just keeping possession here, pops it off to Hackett. Back with Hackett again for Spurs. Ball breaks loose for Lanyon. Sasu there as well. Now back with Craig for Tottenham. Over to Kiesu. Back to Hackett. This is just Spurs just eating up time here and keeping possession here. Now they have the advantage. But they've been made to work really hard for this here tonight. If they are to get forward here, decision goes against Wimbledon again here. They know they've been in a tie here tonight. How they've got through this one, Spurs, yeah, Rob?
100%. You look at it and you've got a team that is full of internationals up against a Wimbledon side that are missing some really, really big personalities. And yeah, it's a young Wimbledon side. And you look out there and there's boys like Ben Mason, Ethan Sutcliffe, Paris Locke, Aaron Sasu. They all get the chance to go again next season. Yeah, and I think that the boys, the second-year boys out there, your Isaac Elanians, your Dillons, your Troys, your Oggs, they've done themselves so proud in their 2 runs in this FA Youth Cup, and yeah, and I'm really proud of them.
Yes, indeed. It's Rob Tuvey, of course, who's been the head coach previously of a lot of these lads. Will know all of them, of course, very well indeed, and now, of course, as well as our first team coach, we'll have an eye on a lot of them as well in terms of making progress towards the first team. Rob himself, of course, gearing up for a big Good Friday game down in the southwest against Plymouth Argyle this coming Good Friday, game that you can hear, of course, on I Follow Dons. Live Sky Bet League One action for you coming up on Friday in this Easter schedule, and then back here and, of course, on Easter Monday to face Fleetwood Town. It's a busy time coming up for you, Rob.
Yeah, no, it's a really busy schedule, but one that we're really well prepared for. We've had a really good week's training. One more session to go tomorrow before we travel, and yeah, we'll look to carry on from Saturday's 3 points.
2 added minutes at the end of this FA Youth Cup 4th round tie here tonight. It is the Category 1 side. Tottenham Hotspur have been made to work extremely hard for this 2-0 lead here this evening. But they are edging towards a 5th round tie at home to either West Brom or Cardiff, and Wimbledon's efforts for this season. Gallant effort, it has to be said, unless they can come up with one last push here to just try and perhaps get one back, but the ball goes forward for Cox, and there's a chance here now, and well, that's really going to be unfair on Wimbledon here. That's a third goal possibly for Tottenham, and it is going to be allowed to count, I think. Spurs finishing off things here at 3-0, and not a scoreline that really reflects the effort that Wimbledon have put in here tonight, Rob.
No, the boys don't deserve that. I think the boys have tried to take the game to Tottenham still, even at 2-0. You can see their work rate and the way that they've really taken the game to them. And yeah, obviously it's a sucker punch, that one, but overall I'm sure the boys it will hurt tonight, and they'll be really disappointed, especially to see a scoreline of 3-0. But when they reflect on it and they look through their time, it's another experience that they can look for in their future careers.
And for the rest of the season, for all these young lads, it'll be to be getting back to, as you say, some of them to sort of seeing out, making sure they get those professional deals, or what happens for them next in the impressions in the time they've got left to make in the Merit League this season.
Yeah, so obviously their attention will turn to the league, but as individuals they'll start to get decisions now on who's getting a professional contract. And even if you don't get a professional contract with Wimbledon, the support that the academy give you doesn't stop. And we'll be also looking at ways of how we can build a career for them, whether that be in football or not.
And that is it for this evening. And what a gallant effort it's been from these young Wimbledon players. But unfortunately, it's ended in defeat. It's perhaps not quite the scoreline that we were thinking of that it would be in the end. It's 3-0 to Tottenham Hotspur here tonight. Wimbledon's superb run in this FA Youth Cup competition comes to an end this season. And fully creditable as it has been as well. The scoreline perhaps we were hoping for, of course. But thanks very much indeed for joining us tonight for this live stream. And the tie finishes here this evening. AFC Wimbledon 0, Tottenham Hotspur 3.
We are back. We are home.
We are Wimbledon.
Eventually undone in injury time. I've been joined here in the studio by Chris Thorpe, the club programme editor. An absolutely valiant effort there from the boys. Thanks to everyone for watching and joining us. I hope you enjoyed the Dutch AI camera stream. It seemed to mostly it had some positive reviews and some mixed reviews on YouTube, but I thought it did fairly well there at keeping up with play. We've got a couple of clips just to look at now. The first one is what happened in the second half with the offside given when George Hebe put the rebound in. Let's have a look at that. So yeah, as you can see here, we did slow this down a little bit. I think the linesman basically flagged more when the keeper touched it. So we did slow it down just out of interest, Chris.
Yeah.
And what do you think?
I think he was bang in line, to be honest.
He looks.
If you look,
he looks pretty in line there, doesn't he?
The heel of the Spurs defender is definitely playing him on side.
It may be here. If we'd gone here and drawn those lines as they love now in VAR, maybe his toe might have just been off.
Yeah.
But at that stage, you thought, that could have been the chance. Obviously, that would have been enough to go through in normal time. And then in extra time, it really was. We went so close. Absolutely fantastic save just before Spurs scored. Let's have a look at that now.
Yeah, no, terrific play down the wing here, and I think all credit has to go to who was it with that one? I think it was
Dylan Adji-Hershey with a header, I think. And
yeah,
an absolutely tremendous save, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then almost immediately, unfortunately, a little bit of a sucker punch up the other end. This is what Spurs did at the other end of the pitch.
Yeah, I think we just switched off here. Obviously, the free kick that was given was a bit soft.
Yeah,
and
this feels like it was one of the few times we got pulled out of shape at the back there, the centre backs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The organisation was superb. Obviously, aside from this.
Yeah.
Can't fault the boys for that. They were
not at all.
So disciplined.
Nothing Matthew Cox could do about that one. And then Spurs banged in two irrelevant goals later on that we haven't had time to clip and show you. So we're not going to dwell on those because I think, again, it's been another fantastic effort. So thanks to everyone watching. I think all the Wimbledon fans watching will agree it's been another display to be really proud of from another great crop of under-18 players.
Yeah, brilliant. Watched them against Burnley in the last round, and absolute credit to the club, really. You can tell that they've developed well as people, not just players, over this cup run, and it can only serve them in good stead for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the previous cup runs, have brought through some first-team players. Hopefully we'll continue to see those coming in. We'll turn our attention now back to the first team and to the Plymouth game and the Fleetwood game. I'm sure in due course, Chris Slavin and Rob Cornell will be bringing you more features and thoughts from the under-18 players. But a lot to be proud of tonight for Don's fans. So we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And Chris and I'll say thank you and good night.